All right. There we are.
There we be.
Yeah, let me see if I can
I can
adjust myself. I gotta see where I need to move by looking. Oh, look, like,
You look great.
I didn't realize you were doing a split screen like
well,
that.
I don't think with Discord, I don't think I can um
Yeah, I
One
don't like.
thing I like, it's Corey's left shoulder.
Okay, well, you know what? I can do this. I'll do this.
That's right, Electron Ash. Dame Gave is here.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
I'll make this work. Let me move the window. Yeah, I didn't realize that this could probably work.
Look at that.
Dave watching a little Jackie Chan over Corey's shoulder there.
Got some height on him.
Is your mic pointing toward you, Corey? I can't see where it is.
Not. Hang on. I need to. Okay, now we should be okay, right?
Dump that in your mouth right now. Oh, easy.
All right. How's our audio balance? Is it okay-ish? Is it okay?
I can adjust mine up or down if need be.
Yeah, I think yours is going to be low compared to Dave's.
I can angle this downwards.
Cooper
yeah,
said
that helps.
I guess it is fine. Test 1. Test 2.
Some legs in it. Right there.
Legs. My legs in gaming. Back again.
Well, move your mic closer to you, Corey.
Now?
Yeah,
is that better now?
That's good. That's good. Let's good. Let's go with it.
I adjusted some stuff in my area over here. I mounted yet another monitor in my setup that pulls away from the wall and it's directly above my PVM where I can aim it downwards. And I installed that because it works perfectly with every single setting on the OSSC. So I can use that very easily for playing. Just like if I need to monitor or do anything of the like when I'm over here instead of having it on the big TV.
So we would be here probably having this stream be talking about our impending shenanigans that would have been coming later this week, but
right.
but times have changed.
You blew it. You ruined our traditions.
Yeah.
Because you think you're better than me. I get it. You think you're better than me. So Oaks, Pennsylvania, which doesn't exist, is too good for you. Oh man. And to answer Adam Jenkins' question, my Sunday stream is going to start next Sunday. It'll probably be late because I'll be getting back from that thing that Corey and Try hate now, which is too many games. But yeah,
the problem with it is I just hated the fact that there's just too many games there.
Too many games. Corey couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, so thus we're going to a place with even more too many games. We're going to the country of Japan.
Yes. to shoot material for a documentary to be included with an upcoming release. It was the only. I know we kind of went over it last week, but it was the only weekend that it took us a long time to kind of get these dates from the developer, and it just happened to be right now. So that's just the way it goes.
Yep. So Dave is going to too many games on Thursday, and we're going to Tokyo.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, a little upset. I am the Famicom guy after all. No invite, guys. I got no invite to Japan. They're like, nah.
Well, I hope you're saving me one of those T-shirts that you're gonna be selling.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, I'll tell you, those plane tickets aren't cheap. They are not cheap.
No.
They are not. They were like it's a lot of money on the credit card.
Yeah, I can't.
Sure.
Raise my limit to be able to afford that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're both going to exciting places, and hopefully we'll be back at too many games next year, unless they just decide to cancel the whole thing because it's no good anymore without my life in gaming.
Yeah. Dave, do you have the guidebook installed? for it?
Yes, I do.
Will you see if I know it's been updated? Do you want to see who has taken our panel position?
Your slot, who shoved into your
Friday at
slot?
4:30.
Let's see who got shoved into your slot.
Yeah,
That's how you would say that, right?
That's what Cameron Diaz says in Charlie's Angels.
Classic. One of my favorite movies.
Yeah, are you serious?
Oh God.
Oh, I kind of really like the first one.
Yeah. Why? Why do you like it so much, Corey?
It's got
the storytelling.
Fly in it.
Crispin Glover, man.
Pretty good in that movie.
There's a lot of Corey saying, "Are you serious?" during conversations with Dave.
That's my goal. All right, let's see. So looking at the old guidebook on the telephone here, let's see. My cellular device. The schedule. According to the schedule, what were you originally scheduled for?
Friday at 4:30.
4:30 is now. What, you're in panel 2?
Yeah.
It looks like at 4:30 in panel 2 is going to be weird game consoles.
Oh, okay.
Come learn about obscure consoles.
Exciting.
There you go.
For the record, I tried to get our panel position. I tried to keep it and have it filled by someone else. I tried to get it filled by Nick from HD Retrovision and Bob from Retro RGB, but they were not open to that position, to that idea. So
I mean, they were open to it, but too many games, I guess, maybe wasn't.
Right.
So Dave, you've started a big, super crazy summer schedule, which includes streaming.
Correct. So this is sort of, you guys get the announcement kickoff, I guess. This is the pre-stream, because I will be starting next week. It'll be every Wednesday on Twitch, the old Twitch, and then Sundays I'm bringing back the 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time streams right before this stream every Sunday. So that'll be starting this coming week. So pretty exciting.
Now is the Twitch stream and the YouTube stream, are they going to kind of have like a different flavor, or are they going to be just sort of same thing, different place?
I think the Twitch streams will probably be a little more more casual. The Sunday ones will be a little more strict. I don't want to give away what I'm going to be playing yet because I don't know. I'm going through. I have a couple of different ideas, but I don't want to lock it down before I announce anything. But yeah, it'll start Wednesday. The Wednesday stream, this first one will probably be early afternoon, and then later on it will be kind of a midday stream, and I'll try my best to archive all the streams in an unlisted playlist, kind of the same way that Corey and Try do here on My Life in Gaming. So if you miss it, don't worry.
And it's going to be 7 to 9 on Sundays, so you can go straight from Game Dave to My Life in Gaming, and it'll...
Except for next week.
Except for next week. When
just me next week.
When it'll be like, what, 8 a.m. in Japan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I will probably, this coming Sunday will probably be because the tradition was the post Too Many Games Sunday night stream.
Right.
Which will just be me, I guess. And who knows, because the last convention I went to that Corey and Try were not at, I bought nothing. So hopefully that doesn't happen again.
That's so depressing. That's so depressing.
Isn't that wild? Yeah, Retro World Expo. I purchased no video games whatsoever.
That just makes me feel sad.
I think it's because I'm getting to that point where I'm just looking for very specific things. Because last year at Too Many Games, I finished my Breath of Fire collection. So now it's kind of like there's not anything super major I'm looking for except for the high dollar stuff that I'm usually not willing to get. But I might come across some weird stuff, and if so, I'll show that off in the inaugural Sunday night stream post Too Many Games, and maybe play some stuff. We'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, that sounds like a plan. So I guess I'll get started on little Jackie Chan here. This is the Japanese version. This did come out in the US on the TurboGrafx. It's just kind of a different version.
Cost prohibitive?
Huh?
Oh, not cost prohibitive.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper. And I wasn't planning to get the PC Engine or TurboGrafx version of this, but a local store got a bunch of PC Engine stuff in several months ago, so
yeah, I prefer the NES version, but you know, I don't know why everybody's like, "Oh, the graphics are so much better on the TurboGrafx one." I'm like, I don't know. There's some charm.
The more
people are saying lower the game audio.
Lower the game audio. Oh, I'm like, but I can't even hear it. There's no sound. That's
blasting everybody, blasting them.
Portland Retro Gaming Convention is just around the corner. When is it?
This summer?
I always thought it was like in October or something like that. Maybe not.
But yeah, this game's a little different from the NES version. From what I've played, the level design seems to share a lot of the same themes, but it's not the same. So that's why I've considered it unfinished on my backlog area, because it's definitely not the same level design. It's close.
Yeah, it's not like a direct port or anything.
No, I mean, I'm not even sure really which is considered the original version. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Let's say the version that I reviewed.
I mean, I always have kind of thought that the look of Jackie's sprite in the NES version was more charming, but
yeah, this one he just looks like he's like a button, like a weird clown nose. Bothers me.
But see, the tigers were like right at the end of the first level in the NES game.
Right.
Oh,
Attack of the Pixels. I'm glad that I can keep you distracted. I'm glad. Sorry, Corey, go ahead.
Does this have unlimited continues?
I don't know. The NES version does not. It took me maybe 3 tries to get through the NES version. Starting from the beginning.
A little tricky.
But I mean, it's an amazing game. I actually,
you still have to punch frogs, which is good.
Yeah, I actually watched New Fist of Fury a week or so ago.
Why?
Because
why'd you do that?
Because
I tend to ignore the Jackie movies that are like the 70s Jackie Chan films.
Well, you know, obviously, like there's you could go way deep into 70s Jackie and it wouldn't amount to much.
Yeah, but again, it's the biggest issue is that was before he had developed his own stunt team. So once stunt team Jackie, once he started controlling more of the choreography and the action, that's when it got good. That's when he got good.
So you know our friend Drumble, we do a movie night every week or two, and he's got this app on his phone where it's like a spin the wheel. And we've added like all these categories for things that we like kind of have been meaning to get to. And so typically on movie night, unless there's like something really specific we feel we need to be watching, like we usually just spin the wheel on his phone. And the Jackie Chan category came up for the first time. And we're like, well, what do we want to do? Like, you know, are we going to try to do something like semi-chronological? I mean, that could be a mess. So we decided to start with a thing that, according to Wikipedia at least, was kind of considered his first starring role in a more widely released movie. Which was New Fist of Fury. Which, I mean, it had some virtues.
Yeah, the 70s Hong Kong flicks have a very recognizable style. They all kind of have that same feel. They're shot very similarly. A lot of wide camera work. if you noticed that.
Yeah.
A lot of wide action.
I mean, it was interesting. I mean, the thing that was most interesting to me that I didn't realize, like, I mean, the same director, like, he like kind of wanted to, it sounds like he wanted to launch Jackie Chan's career. Like, he thought he could be the new Bruce Lee or the next Bruce Lee, and he launched Bruce Lee's career too. So, and I didn't realize that Fist of Fury was that this was a sequel to a series of Bruce Lee stuff. Because I don't think I've ever seen Bruce Lee in anything.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the closest I've done is seen Brandon Lee in The Crow.
Well, Jackie Chan was one of Bruce Lee's stunt guys. So there's actually a scene where Jackie Chan gets tore up by Bruce Lee.
Really?
Yeah.
And what movie?
He's like grabbing his hair, like pulling it back, and that's Jackie. Young Jackie. Ooh, and to respond to Wolfsight said, question for Game Dave, are you planning on covering more virtual reality in the future? Yes, hopefully. The VR videos take a lot more time to do just because of the filming setup. So with the new schedule, I kind of have to, once I get sort of eased into my new, the summer schedule, then I hope to look at some more VR stuff. Because there's so much VR stuff coming out that just isn't getting talked about. And it's pretty wild.
Yeah, there is. It really, I mean, your videos alone have like opened my eyes to how much stuff is coming out that no one is talking about. I mean, it really makes you feel like VR is kind of this world unto itself. Because if you weren't paying attention, you might think VR was unsuccessful. But I don't really think that's the case.
No, it's just PSVR is definitely the prime right now. It's probably the most has the biggest install base right now, probably.
I mean, it's the most accessible for sure.
Oh yeah. If you already have a PS4, it's the one to get. Though they did come out with the Oculus. I think it's the Oculus Go, which is supposed to make things a little bit easier. But yeah, I still think PSVR is the way to go. And just the releasing games so often, and compared to say PC VR, there's a little bit more that those games have to go through before they end up on the PSN.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say PSVR is the way to go. But I've been enjoying them. There's so many freaking VR games that I want to play. I mean, I've crossed the 100 game threshold on my VR library, so it's bad.
And that's just PSVR?
That's just PSVR.
Holy cow!
Wow.
And I don't even have every PSVR game.
See, I mean that just goes to show you it's thriving a lot more than you think.
Yeah, I feel like there's like 6 or 7. It feels like 6 or 7 games come out every couple weeks.
Man, and I was gonna bring Resident Evil 7 with me when we were going to too many games. Now I'm missing out.
I picked up the gold edition recently.
Oh.
Yeah,
anything with a VR mode.
For a long time.
I was
annoying that it does not have. It has everything on disc except for one of like the Chris DLC, which is so stupid.
Wait, is the Zoe DLC on disc?
Yeah.
Really?
But
Because
the Not a Hero.
Well, see that.
Even though the Not a Hero, I guess, was done before.
Well, the annoying thing is, I only just realized when I was recording footage for the 4K episode, I only just realized that the Zoe DLC, like I thought for some reason I thought all of those DLC chapters were free. But
they're not?
They're not. No, only the Chris DLC is.
And that's the one that's not on disc. That's weird that it would not be on disc.
That is free though. And I had to,
Yeah,
and I actually thought it was already going to be uploaded to my system, or downloaded to my system. But no, I had to go to PSN, download specifically. It's free, but the Zoe is like $15. And I think there was some other DLC that was not free as well. So that actually really kind of makes me want to get the gold edition. Now that I know that Zoe DLC is not free. Because I mean, the gold. How much is the gold edition now?
It's 40, I think.
I mean, it'll probably go down to where it would be worth it just to get the Zoe DLC.
Yeah, I got it for 20. Because Newegg had some weird sale, so I was able to snag.
Oh, really? Well, then the chance of that happening, I still have to get Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition also.
I haven't played that.
I have it, but I haven't played it beyond recording footage.
Oh, you don't have? Do you have the Complete Edition?
I don't. I think it was announced like right after I got it. Man, this level is like a lot longer on this version. Like a lot longer.
Yeah. Could have played Abduction if you had come.
Oh
VR.
man.
Yeah, that is got its free VR update.
Now, did you ever find out for sure whether Skyrim is like, do you have to have a separate version or like could you just play VR?
No, you have to have the VR. You have to buy the VR version.
And is it any different content or is it just Skyrim in VR?
I obviously have not sat down and beat it, but as far as I know, it's pretty much full-featured Skyrim, just in VR.
That's definitely a bummer. It's not just a free update to Skyrim. Like, I don't understand why it wouldn't be.
Hardcore in the chat was asking if we're going to Japan with other YouTubers like Game Dave or GameStack. Nope, it is just the two of us. We were
hoping we could have.
Bunch of jerks.
We were hired by the game publisher to do it.
We were hoping we would be able to bring along at least one other person, but
yes,
it just didn't work out.
We actually we got confirmation that person could go, but it just didn't. The timing of it did not mesh with their schedule, which kind of sucks because it would have been really awesome to have that person go, especially because he is very, very knowledgeable of the people that we will be talking with. But I am working with him closely to kind of come up with questions and specific things that I should cover. Because although I do know a lot about the people that we're going to be covering, his knowledge goes well beyond anything that like I could just pull like from off the top of my head. I don't know if that gives you any idea of who it could be.
I don't think so. That's pretty vague. A person who knows a lot about a subject, I know exactly what it is.
I see Silvermania's in the chat as well. He says, "I'm sad I won't see you guys at too many games this week."
We're sad too. We're excited for other reasons, but we're sad too.
Yeah, I mean, sorry that you had to change your signs. I know that you mentioned that they were already made.
Ready to go. Ready to go. Oh boy, we got Zone of the Enders is coming out, VR as well.
Like, is it the full game or is it like a VR experience?
No, it's the full. It's two.
Yeah, Zone of the Enders, the second run or whatever, will have a VR mode.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I tried really hard to like that game, and I kind of couldn't.
Yeah, I'm just getting it for the VR.
I mean, maybe in VR, my perspective would change.
Maybe, but you will never know because you're never gonna come over again. So.
Oh, there's 5 continues.
5.
Uh-oh.
Noptop had a good question. Has Try or Coury ever taken real martial arts as you are playing? Okay, what was your martial arts?
I just, I kind of talked about this a few weeks ago. I don't know if you watched it or not, but did you watch Cobra Kai at all?
No, I haven't because YouTube Red. Can't afford that YouTube Red.
Oh, well, I mean, you should just try watching the first 2. It's really, really good.
Oh, I would love to. Definitely seems interesting.
I guess, I mean, it's hard to explain, I guess, to kind of when that movie came out, it was like such a cultural phenomenon that it made like every kid want to take karate.
Mhm.
And of course, like, I mean, that's why I took karate. And it made all these different karate places pop up. And it's, you know, directly because of that movie. And it was for a lot of other people too.
And see, my dad got me into martial arts
Oh,
because he was really into it. So he enrolled us with him when I was really little, like elementary school or probably younger than that. Like, yeah, probably kindergarten, first grade. He enrolled me and my brother. And I got back into it as I started getting more into martial arts movies and whatnot.
Yeah, I've definitely never done anything remotely like that.
Come on, man, with your rhythm skill,
Yeah.
your skill with rhythm and rhythm gaming, it only makes sense. Let's see it. Get up and do some Tai Chi. Let's see it. Right now. Seriously.
Yeah, we'll have to let Virtual Jackie do that in my
Virtual
stead.
Jackie is in the lava, so that's going to be pretty tricky. Also, it's not a big giant bag that he has to hold his head when there's a game over. It's just big stone blocks. A little bit different.
Was it like this in the NES game where each life or each continue was one life? I can't remember.
I don't remember. That was a year ago. I don't think so. I feel like that would have annoyed me even more. I was already kind of frustrated with the game because it's not particularly easy.
I'm surprised by how much longer the levels are in this version.
you're not gonna be able to finish it, are you?
I may not. I mean, we'll see. You know, seeing this is not an infinite continues game. It may not be a no sleep till beat scenario.
No sleep till beat.
That's the phrasing on Backloggery. People will always ask, you know, if we're struggling with a game, it's going to be late, but maybe we have a chance. You know, they'll say, "Oh, is this a no sleep till beat?"
Well, I'm hoping that the spirit of Jackie Chan here will help you.
I mean, I don't know. Jackie's a pretty old dude now.
Look how young he looks. He's ready. I'll just let him be your guest. Jackie fits perfectly on screen there. Good old Jackie. Had to rock the Jackie Chan shirt when I found out that was the game Try was gonna play. Right, Jackie? That's right.
Oh, Jackie.
Oh, Jackie.
Oh, Jackie.
That's one of my favorite Too Many Game moments. It's just you by yourself, kind of unaware, I think, that anyone was even listening. And I just see the NES version of this game, and you're just talking to it, and you go, "Oh, Jackie."
Oh, Jackie. Oh, Jackie. Oh, what a great find.
I found it.
Yeah, it was amazing. And the fact that it had the manual, pretty minty, made it happen. Because that was too many games ago.
Yeah, I'll tell you, after working on this portable EverDrives episode, I've found like 3 Game Boy Advance games that I feel like I have to own now, and that's probably what I would be hunting for if I was going to Too Many Games.
Are they expensive games?
They're ones that I guess that like I knew were good, but I really kind of spent some more time with them as I was capturing footage, and they kind of blew me away just how good they are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd known that they were, like, people had said that they were good. And that is specifically Astro Boy Omega Factor for the, obviously on the Game Boy Advance.
Treasure game.
Which is a treasure game. It's really, really good.
A really early GBA game, right? Like, I mean...
I don't know how early it is, but
I feel like it's
really,
pretty
really
early.
Yeah. And I guess another one that I knew was good, but I didn't really understand just how good it was is Double Dragon Advance. It's kind of a remake of the first game.
Oh, DDA, Double DA.
Yeah, it's really, really good though. And the third one is Iridian 2, which is a shooter, but it seems to use like all the backgrounds are like full motion video. Pretty cool.
Yeah. What about Iridian 1? Does no one care about Iridian 1?
I don't think it's by like the same people, the same developer, or anything like that. It was. I think it was a launch game in the U.S. for the Game Boy Advance, first one.
Oh, it's your boy RGT85, the
So
Sean.
Master System games, the too many games.
He's here looking for Master. Yep.
He's got to get. He should get Lord of the Sword if he sees it. He doesn't have Lord of the Sword.
Because it rhymes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Lord of the Sword. You should have just called it Sword Lord, but
Yeah.
Do you know if Sega Mark III games can be played with a power-based mini FM? Or do the cartridge pins even match up?
Yeah, it should work.
I'm just curious if I see any Master System games in the old Japan, you know.
Yeah. Oh, he wants Golvelius. Golvelius is a really good game.
I got that at Missouri Game Con.
Yeah. You tried it for a minute. I don't know how much you liked it.
I liked it pretty decently. It's interesting.
It's quirky in the way that the side-scrolling segments, your character's always facing forward.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird because every
Every screen has something on it.
Yeah. Oh, please don't tell me that's going to put me at the back of the beginning of the whole level. Let's see.
probably.
It's actually, it seems like it might be a shorter level than the first. Okay, it's not the back of the beginning of the whole level, but it is the beginning of the ice stage.
Dustin Kramer made a good point that Miracles is a super underrated Jackie movie, and that is a really good flick that is not talked about very much. Miracles. It's in that perfect era when Jackie was killing it with every movie. Miracles, that's a great one. Check it out.
I just noticed that if you hit the down button, you like drop like a rock. I don't recall. Oh, okay. Actually, I wasn't very far back.
Yeah,
I don't recall if the NES game had that feature. If you want, ow,
The ducking?
No, the you just like fall.
Oh, when you're in air. You mean when you're in air?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall that.
There's a bit of Master System games in the Portable EverDrives episode. Because the Game Gear EverDrive plays. Because its hardware is basically the same.
Yeah, I should really invest in EverDrives and just make
They're
it
just
easy.
handy for making the show. I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I
that
mean,
too.
The Portable EverDrives episode is probably gonna be out like either Tuesday or Wednesday. It would have been done quicker. We have a lot of planning and stuff that we've had to work through for this trip.
A lot of things to cancel.
Yeah. It takes a lot of hits. So it's just kind of delayed the amount of stuff we were trying to get done. You know, kind of in the same way like Try wasn't able to finish the 4K episode, you know, before we go. But hopefully he's going to be finishing it the week after we get back.
I hope so.
We're going to be in real trouble if that doesn't happen.
I know.
Channel will be dead. That quick.
Well,
Alright, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But Nate, I wanted to congratulate Nate Cohen for beating the NES version of Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu just yesterday.
Oh.
Good job, Nate.
Fine game.
Yep, and it's, you know, I think it's like the right amount of challenge. I mean, there's definitely some frustration in the difficulty, but it's doable. I beat it, so it must be beatable. Like if I can beat it, I'm not good.
Yeah, this is definitely striking me as a lot harder than the NES version, to be honest.
see that James Machuga in the chat is wondering if we have any thoughts on Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 5, or Smash
Oh
Brothers.
man, the kick move took him out a lot faster. The super move. Any thoughts on which games?
Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 5, or Smash Brothers Ultimate.
I'm really excited about Resident Evil 2. You know, I've been saying ever since they announced it, like, I don't know whether I don't really have a preference on whether they're going to go like RE4 style or if they would go like remake style. Part of me kind of wanted them to go remake style, just, you know, with the pre-rendered backgrounds and stuff. Of course, you wouldn't really need to do pre-rendered, but maybe have that perspective. Part of me wanted that just because I feel like the Resident Evil remake is the pinnacle of pre-rendered graphics, and we've not really seen what something with more modern technology could do with that. So I was part of me kind of wanted that, but I just wanted to see it regardless of what it was, and you know, so I'm glad to have finally seen it, and I'm excited. The characters look a little weird to me, but I mean, Resident Evil is
we're used to them being older.
Yeah, they're younger. I mean, you know, Leon looks the right age to be a rookie cop, and you know, Claire looks like a college student. You know, that's, you know, all things they actually are in that game. But you know, the faces look a little different too. I mean, Resident Evil is certainly not afraid to make their characters look different game to game, so I guess it's not really a big deal.
See, I'm pumped. I'm pumped for Smash Ultimate because having every character from the past, I think is major. Like that's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very much a. I feel like it's the
Get bonus.
the end of.
I just heard a Backloggery Streamlabs notification.
You were saying, Coury?
It's very strikes me that this is going to be like, it's for sure the last one that Sakurai is going to do.
Probably.
You think, yeah, because everybody's, you know, the meme is that he's done. He's like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, this is like everything, so it's like, oh.
I mean,
yeah, I think at this point, the next Smash Brothers game, if and when that happens, is gonna have a major change. Like it's gonna feel very different.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm honestly surprised that it's as much of a new game as it appears to be. I mean, I really did kind of believe it was going to be a, you know, it was just going to be, it was going to be Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo Switch, and it was, you know, it was going to have significant new content, but I really did expect,
The Mario Kart route.
yeah, kind of, but more. I expected more content than that. I'm surprised it's releasing as soon as it is because, I mean, I remember, you know, there was such a long lead up period with, you know, lots of promotion from Sakurai and him making his blog posts and talking about all the characters and stuff. I'm surprised it's coming out so soon.
Well, I mean, the Switch is, you know, it's doing well. They probably want to ride that pony.
But, you know, I feel a little, I don't know if I'm crazy, but like maybe it's just been a while since I played Smash Wii U, and maybe it was just the close-ups that they used during the Nintendo Direct. I didn't really look at anything for the game after the Nintendo Direct, to be honest. But I feel like it maybe looks worse than Smash Wii U. I don't know. Like the shadow quality on the characters kind of bugged me a bit in the Nintendo Direct. But
Did not even think about it for a second or even notice it.
you know what's funny is I thought it was Unreal Engine 4, and I was talking because it says it at the very end, and I mentioned that to John earlier today, just chatting, and he said, "Oh, it's not Unreal 4." He said that was, you know, there some people are confused about that, but they just put that at the end of the whole Nintendo Direct because some games were Unreal 4.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's not Unreal 4. Whew, about to run out of my continues here.
Are you only on the 3rd level?
Yeah. They're significantly longer than the NES levels.
Well, you still got an hour.
We'll see.
But it makes me really happy. I did not buy a single piece of DLC for Smash Wii U.
You didn't even get Cloud and Bayonetta.
Nope. I mean, I just I don't think I played it enough to like unlock everything. Even.
I mean,
all the characters.
I definitely unlocked all the characters.
I didn't unlock all the characters either. I don't think. I might have gotten close.
I mean, I think Smash is really fun. I'm like, I'm not very good at it, and I like playing it because I just think it's cool to see what's in it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely part of the appeal. I mean, my days of really being able to put much time into a multiplayer game are well over, but I enjoy it. You know, I prefer Mario Kart, but I do like Smash.
Yeah, I put the most Smash time in with Melee because that was the time when, you know, my buddy would bring the GameCube over and we would have 4-player matches all night. Like Melee was definitely the one I was most skilled at. Like I could hold my own.
Jackie couldn't.
Version. Boy,
he couldn't. He couldn't do it.
Come on, man, get it together.
Couldn't do it.
Get it together. Sad, kooky eyes there. Oh, Tyler Tylerson is in the chat. I'm scrolling up trying to catch up. My man Tyler Tylerson said, "Game Dave, do you have any of the Shout Factory Jackie Chan releases?" I do not, which are like the collections, right? I think there's like 8 or 10 movies in each one. I think I have most of them individually. I don't think I picked up any of the Shout Factory re-releases.
What do you consider the best Jackie Chan era?
Me?
Yeah.
Late 80s, early 90s.
And now, would that be a mix of American and Hong Kong movies, or?
Well, see, it's tricky because you've got like American movies, you've got Hong Kong movies, but a lot of them weren't really. I think even the American ones still aren't really. They're like New Zealand.
Oh.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like everybody has that slightly off American accent. Just barely pulling it off. But I mean, obviously, like the first few Jackie Chan movies I saw were probably, man, I'm really trying to think. I think Legend of Drunken Master, which is Drunken Master 2, technically.
I think Legend of Drunken Master was the first Jackie Chan movie I saw.
I remember because
I don't know if that's true.
Because at Blockbuster they had this huge, how they did the new releases. It was just a huge wall of that new release, and they would have like 50 copies of it when it came out, and most of them were always picked clean. There'd be like a couple left of each new release, but Legend of Drunken Master, I know it had that white cover. And it was, the whole wall was pretty much full. I was like, what is this? This looks like a fighting movie. I was like, and my parents were not okay with us getting new releases because them's was expensive to get. So we had to get the dollar movies. So I'd have to go to like the old comedy section, and I would get old comedy movies. But I was like, Dad, I really want to get this. He was like, all right, you can get it. Because my dad being into martial arts was like, okay. And it blew me away. I was like, Legend of Drunken Master is one of his best of the sort of old school Chinese historical era movies by far. I like it better than the original.
I don't remember it very well, but I remember I liked it.
Yeah, it's better than the first one in my opinion. Because it has that style, that honed in Jackie Chan fighting style.
It's actually the first DVD I ever watched.
Well, there you go, smart move.
On my friend's PS2.
Yeah, see, and that one was a Hong Kong flick, and then eventually I started getting into, I remember, I think the second one that I saw was Mr. Nice Guy, which I loved. It was all in English, even though there was still, if you watch Mr. Nice Guy, there is a significant amount of awkward dubbing. Even though the movie's in English, there's like these weird dubs of English actors. Like you can tell that that's not their voice in the original filming. Like they had some voice actor dub somebody's voice in English that was already speaking English. Really weird.
Isn't Rumble in the Bronx kind of like that? It's
Rumble in the Bronx is a mix because half of it is in English and there's parts that aren't. but they just dubbed the whole thing in English for the most part. So there's like that weird mixture where they just didn't know what they were doing. And I think there were a lot of New Zealander actors in that as well. No, don't quote me on that if I'm wrong. But yeah, Rumble in the Bronx, of course, it used to be my favorite. Rumble in the Bronx was my favorite Jackie Chan.
I don't remember a ton about it, but I remember really, really liking it.
Right, that's got some great, like, close quarter stunt work is when Jackie Chan really shines, because, like, he'll be in this really tight situation, and the moves will just look like he's got the whole room to himself. Just the way he can do these. He'll do, like, a small punch from, like, 6 inches away, and he'll make it look like he just uppercutted the guy through the ceiling. Just the way just that power, that speed. And they did a lot of that weird frame rate shooting once Jackie Chan started directing. You know about that?
Not really, no.
So he would, to make everything more impactful, you know how some people do like jump cut snap editing, where say somebody's about to get punched, and instead of having the full punch in the editing, what they'll do is they'll take a couple frames out before the impact, so it makes it look like it was boom, like it hit harder. So he didn't really do that. But
I've seen that.
He would I don't know if it's called under cranking or over cranking, where he would shoot at a different frame rate and then play it back, so it just had that. It didn't look like fast motion quite, you know, because it wasn't really speeding up the frames or holding the frames longer. But I think it's, I don't know, it confused me. It's either over cranking or under cranking. It's like far-sighted and nearsighted where people get confused. And so when they would play it back on film, the fight scenes would just have this different speed to them, which made them look even, because some of the scenes, he didn't do some of those Jackie Chan fight scenes are like unrealistically quick. Like, it's insane how quick they move. But he just knew what he was doing. Crushing it. Sorry, I'm fangirling / fanboying about my Jackie Chan. I don't get a lot of chance to talk about Jackie Chan. Oh man, good old Jackie. Oh Jackie. Whoa, shh. No barking. No barking. No barking on the stream track. Professional. All right. Oh, the Foreigner, the Phantom Knot said, I liked The Foreigner. I was more fascinated by the political parts than Jackie's action scenes. Though, for his old little butt, like, he was impressive in that movie. But I'm sure they used a stunt double for some of the stuff. But there were definitely fight scenes that he did on his own. And for his age,
I didn't see it. It's pretty good though.
Great. I saw it in theaters. I mean, of course, I'm going to see a Jackie Chan movie in theaters if I can, and with Pierce freaking Brosnan. What a combo.
I liked it okay, but I think I expected I would like it more than I did.
I went into it with like medium expectations because I know he's getting old, and his current movies, I hate to say it, they aren't great. I've been keeping up with some of his Hong Kong flicks that he's been doing, like there was one Kung Fu Yoga, or he just recently did a sci-fi picture that was pretty critically appalled. Oh, Jackie. What was the other movie he did recently? Well, he did the movie, I think somebody in the chat mentioned it, that he recently did a buddy comedy with Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
And nobody knows about it. But it came out a while ago, and nobody's like, what? Johnny Knoxville and Jackie? Johnny Knoxville is surprisingly likable. Like, he's not a guy I would have ever gotten along with in high school, but I wouldn't mind going and having dinner with him. Seems like he'd be a fun guy to talk to. But I forgot what it was called, but it was almost like a road trip movie with Jackie Chan and Johnny Knoxville. Really weird. Not great, but I watched it. It was better than the sci-fi thing that he recently did. Oof. Man.
For some reason, I thought he had retired from it.
He kept saying he was going to retire from the hardcore martial arts action films because he's like, I've done what I can. I'm getting old. I need to stop while I can. And classic Jackie, he's like,
oh man, look at this. It's perfect.
Perfect. He couldn't. Jackie Chan can't stop. He loves it too much. He just loves it too much. So he keeps doing it. He said that, and then he ended up doing Police Story Lockdown. It's like nobody thought he was gonna do another Police Story movie.
How many of those are there?
Police stories?
Yeah.
Well, you got it's tricky because they weren't all called Police Story over here. Because we got Police Story 1 and 2.
Isn't it the same thing as what, Super Cop or something? I think.
Super Cop, First Strike, I believe, is a Police Story film technically. I think I'm gonna have to look it up. Let me look it up. First Strike, I think it's Police. Yeah, it's Police Story 4, technically. But over here they didn't call it that because they don't really. He's not always the same character in Police Story.
Really?
No.
That's kind of weird.
It's weird, but they all have a similar feel. You know, he's always some kind of cop. Police. But yeah, Police Story 1 and 2, then you got Super Cop is 3, First Strike, and then New Police Story, which was pretty good. And then they did Police Story, I think it was in Japan, or China, I think it was Police Story 2013. But here they released it as Lockdown. Police Story Lockdown. And that one was okay. Nothing too crazy. And then he did like the Shinjuku incident, which was kind of a weird drama thing. I don't know, that was all. Nate, Police Story is basically the Final Fantasy of Jackie Chan. That's good. That is a perfect Skip Trace. There we go. Okay, the chat helped us out. Skip Trace is the movie with Johnny Knoxville that Jackie Chan did. Yeah.
Skip Trace.
It's different. It's kind of silly, but whatever. Just weird seeing Johnny Knoxville in a movie that's not rated R. Or maybe it is rated R. I don't know. It didn't feel rated R. If it was. No, yeah, PG-13. It was not rated R.
Rewatched Thor Ragnarok since it's on Netflix.
Good movie.
It's super good. I thought it was better than I thought it was the first time.
Yeah, I've only seen it once. I saw it in theaters. I didn't watch it. So, no, I did not see it in theaters. I missed it in theaters.
So you haven't seen it, period, or you've seen it on video?
I saw it on video. I didn't see it in theaters. I missed it in theaters. Because I was not a Thor fan.
Yeah.
So I kind of, like, I saw the first couple Thor movies, and I was just like, yeah. It's not really, I never liked him.
Feel essential, I guess.
No, but he got more and more likable as his character grew, I think, in the series. Yeah. So I'm sure you saw Infinity War then.
Yeah. And he is like the best part of it. It's like the best part in Infinity War.
Pretty good. He's pretty good. And like he called Rocket Raccoon Rabbit. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Come on, Rabbit.
But I mean, Ragnarok is a very, very good movie. I thought it was better than it was the first time I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely worth watching before Infinity War.
Yeah,
sure.
it's needed.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the first one. I've only seen the second one time. I can't even tell you anything about it.
Me neither.
I see James Machuga say you looking forward to X-Men Fantastic Four joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but isn't it true that like Comcast come forward with like a bigger deal for Fox? Like it's possible that Disney might not be able to match it or something like that.
I don't know if that deal is done, but I heard that same thing where it was like there was going to be a competing offer.
There was a big competing offer, and I think it was like I think it's better than what they were offering and what Disney would even be able to do. Like it's possible that Disney just like
is there anything Disney can't do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why can't
Comcast is actually like a bigger company, I guess.
I don't even know why do they want it? It's not like they're buying something that has weight anymore.
What's that?
It's not like they're buying something like nobody's like, oh, I gotta jump on that Fantastic Four franchise. I better get the rights to that.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why Comcast wants it so bad.
It's only gonna work if Marvel has it.
So Disney offered stock market, Comcast offered cash.
Oh, so that was the difference. But is the deal completed?
Well, Deller in the chat says, I understand Disney counter-offered, and this time was even bigger.
So
I
maybe
don't know.
Disney. Okay.
I mean, I naturally want Disney to get it because of what it means for all these characters, like in one spot, you know?
Yeah, and they should be. I mean, several X-Men have been in the Avengers or have worked with the Avengers. It just needs to happen.
Yeah.
But also now we're getting to the point where, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with all the actors because they're pretty much done after this next Avengers movie. So they're going to have to figure out, are they going to do sort of an
Not that I know anything about the Marvel Cinematic Universe really, but if they put X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, are they going to like reboot X-Men because they like they would have to?
Well, no, I think they just would because it wouldn't make sense to use a lot of the same actors.
Right. I mean, you know, they rebooted Spider-Man like 3 times.
Yeah. Well, at least they got it right finally.
Yeah, but I mean, they only did that because
Marvel.
it made sense for that. You know, they wanted someone who was younger.
Mm-hmm. I think they'll do another. They'll probably do a brand new origin story with X-Men if they get it. I bet they'll start off. And
Yeah, I mean, they can. They'll make it so it fits in.
It's just that I feel like the current X-Men movies are pretty well liked. I mean, I haven't seen one in a long time, but
I think that there's only like
with the young crew, the
I
first
didn't
class
see
crew.
Logan, which I guess is really really good.
Logan's-
But I mean, they're like half of them are good. Really, when you think about it.
I think I saw First Class. That was the first
I mean,
one.
First Class was good. Days of Future Past was really really good.
Yeah.
I mean, the first movie was
Apocalypse?
okay, and
No,
the second movie was awesome. But X-Men 3 and X-Men Origins Wolverine were both
trash.
really really bad. I thought Apocalypse was like, can't tell you anything about it except for Psylocke was in it. It was like the most enjoyable part of the watch.
Olivia
Yeah,
Munn.
it was definitely like the most enjoyable part.
Yeah, the first two were pretty solid, and you know they got a little cameo in Deadpool 2, which was funny.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. They have like a short scene. You didn't see Deadpool 2?
No, wait. Like actual. Like who?
All of the First Class crew show up in a scene.
Oh really?
It's very brief. They don't say anything.
That's cool though. I didn't know that.
So spoil it. Let's spoil it. No, I'm just kidding. It's not like no. It's really not a spoiler. But Deadpool is at Xavier's School for the Gifted, kind of hiding out, and nobody's there except for the people who've been in Deadpool. And he's like, "What is going on? Where are all these X-Men?" And a door's like open behind him, and you can see they're all crowded in one room trying to be quiet so that he doesn't see them. They just kind of like shut the door, like Beast is there and everybody, and there's Cyclops, and they shut it. That's pretty
cool.
much. Yeah, it was a nice. So I was just
like the first one, but I mean, I wanted to see the second one. It's just, I mean, I still didn't even see. I never saw Solo either, which is like.
I actually really liked Solo. I liked it. I liked it more than the other 2 most recent Star Wars movies.
Apparently, you were the only one on the internet.
Like I went into it with pretty low expectations, which may have been part of it, but I thought it was pretty fun.
I didn't see it. Deadpool 2 was good. I liked it. There's things that were better about it, but it was funny. It was a funny one. The theater was like empty though when I saw it.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't expect that. And I'm one of those get there super early types. Didn't need to. But yeah, it was good. A lot of intense, a lot of gore, a lot of hardcore gore in there. You learn a lot of new words seeing Deadpool 2. A lot of new words. And, you know, I was surprised. I think the only thing I was disappointed with is like really, as much as he makes fun of Hugh Jackman, it would have been great if he had a little cameo, but as Wolverine, but whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, I can understand him. I didn't see Logan, so I think which I understand is really, really good.
Yeah, it was a good one.
But I mean, maybe I'll see them at some point. It's it's increasingly more difficult to get to the theater, and
Yeah.
with these trips and everything, it just like I didn't have any real extra time.
Yeah,
to
there's a lot of movies coming out. I mean, something else just came out. That everybody's Incredibles 2 came out. That was the other big one.
Yeah, I mean, I might take my kids to see that because they like the first one a lot.
I have not seen a Pixar movie in so long. Like, I'm so behind. I think the last one I saw was probably Up.
Oh wow, which I don't even think was very.
I liked
good.
it.
Yeah,
What was after Up?
I don't know. There's been.
I mean, I'm just trying to think. I might have seen one more after that, but that's the last one I can think of off the top of my head.
I saw Coco. I thought it was pretty good. I took my kids to see that.
A lot of people said that was good or sad or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's sad, but I mean, it does have its moments, I guess. I mean, I took my daughter to see Inside Out as the first movie she ever saw in the theater, and that was pretty intense for a 3-year-old, I think, at the time, because I mean, it's dealing a lot with feelings and stuff. It's it's pretty intense for her. She was kind of emotionally scarred by the opening thing that it has, where it has like an original like short film at the beginning. She'd talk about it for like months, like the volcano dying. This is where you got stuck last time.
Yeah, I think I got to use my super moves on those plants because I don't think you can kill them otherwise. Like, I don't think those plant enemies were in the NES version.
No.
Disney made a counter offer on Yes X-Men, and if I see FF, I don't want to say I want to say Final Fantasy, not Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, yeah, FF. It's burned in the brain. Anytime you see FF, Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Adam Jenkins, my kids love Greatest Showman.
With
it was
Jackman, right? He's in that.
Yeah, and I mean, my daughter went with a school friend to see that. You know, it was the first time one of her friends from school's parents took her and her friend to see a movie. It's kind of a
moving on up.
Yeah.
Next level.
Inside Out was really, really tough on her, though. I mean, I think that she was not expecting it, and the whole part where the little imaginary friend dies, and I mean, that made my daughter cry. She didn't understand quite why she was crying, but she's definitely pretty upset by it.
It's good. You gotta face those emotions.
Yeah.
Earlier the better.
Oh, I would never show kids Grave of the Fireflies. I don't think that they would even understand.
Well, meanwhile, I grew up on Beetlejuice, so I don't know.
Beetlegeist?
Beetlegeist. Beetle Bettle? Beetle Drink? Beetle Fruit? I always love that when he plays charades, and probably one of my favorite scenes. She's like, Beetle Drink? Beetle.
Whoa,
and he's like so irritated.
Whoa, this is a lot different.
Yeah, boy, that's my frog.
That looks familiar.
Frobird.
Yeah, but the setting is a lot different. Oh man, the kick just crushes every boss.
A little more apocalyptic. Yeah, Frobird is not a particularly difficult boss in either version. But he tried. Or as Eric Taylor said, nice honk honk model. Or as in the movie, nice bleeping model honk honk. But that's how it was in my world. My mom would try to mute the scene. So she would mute out the F word. And she always missed it. She'd always bleep out model or nice. Never get that timing right.
I think if Deadpool goes to Disney, it's not going to matter because it's already been established as a pretty R-rated thing. I think about they'll let it exist in that universe, maybe, but it won't like be directly addressed, I guess.
Yeah, I think if he shows up, if he does cameos in other movies,
it wouldn't make any sense.
Right, but if they did, they would just tone him down.
Yeah.
Short moments. He just wouldn't be as crazy. He would be more.
But I think that I think it'd be fine for certain characters to make like tiny little cameos in his movie where it made sense. But I can't see him.
It'd be tough
showing up in like an Avengers movie or
something. Because he breaks that fourth wall so much, it would probably take people out of it a bit. Yeah, and I think Ryan Reynolds wouldn't continue to do the character if they were gonna Disney. Yeah, they know better than mess with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good. Deadpool 2 was good. It was a fun, entertaining. It didn't drag. It went quick. But Infinity War felt really quick too. Like I could have.
Well, it went really quick.
I could have watched another hour of that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to see it again, but now it's like probably out of theaters most places.
Yeah, it was good. They pulled off something pretty impressive with that.
And when like Ant-Man comes out in a month.
Yeah, I did see a lot of people I liked the first Ant-Man.
I thought it was really good too.
But I love Paul Rudd, so it's kind of hard to hate.
Yeah, same here.
But I'm curious to see. It's gonna be nice to see him get big in this one.
Yeah. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to see how it kind of plays in.
Oh yeah, to explain where he was, because if you in a lot of the trailer photos and stuff, he was in it.
Takes place before, but I'm guessing it will probably end with
a connection.
Everything that happens and.
Yeah, I think Ant-Man will take place like during, or maybe slightly before Infinity War, and then it'll kind of end when Infinity War is kind of happening.
Right, because I know that he's in the second Infinity War, or
right.
The next one's gonna be.
Right. They made you think he was going to be in Infinity War. They also, they also made it look like the Hulk was too. So that was a whole.
Yeah.
Where they put him in the trailer instead of the Hulkbuster. What a scam.
Well, we don't want to.
Well.
I don't know if we want to spoil anything. I mean, I guess it's.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know that, I mean, that's pretty basic.
Yeah.
It's not like we're getting into death territory yet.
Yeah.
But
hey, all I've seen is Iron Man 1, so.
Well, you should really watch. You should make it a point
It's
to watch.
so daunting, though.
But the longer you wait, the more daunting it gets, and it's not really.
Yeah, it's just 18 movies, dude.
But the thing is, it's like, I mean, I would love to be able to like move through all of them and seeing them for the first time without like the big wait in between.
Oh, it'd be amazing. It would be mind blowing. I kind of want to do it. I want to go through them all again in order, but just
I mean, it'd be fun to like watch them all with somebody who's never seen any of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's a lot. My wife has only seen certain ones. I guess she's seen most of them, but she hasn't seen like. There's a couple of select ones that she has not. She hasn't seen like Spider-Man, but I mean, she has seen Civil War, but never saw Homecoming. So it's
Homecoming fits in pretty well, I think, just because
it does. I thought it was like one of my lesser favorites though, because I think that I'm just bored of Spider-Man.
Yeah, as a Spider-Man movie goes, it was fine.
Yeah.
I liked it though because I'm biased because Keaton was, so I was like, yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, he is like the best part of that movie.
Yeah. Even though he probably phoned it in, he was just being Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
He was just being classic Pacific Heights level Michael Keaton for all those Pacific Heights fans out there. Great movie. He's not the good guy. You saw that, right? Pacific Heights with Matthew Modine.
I haven't.
Oh, check it out. There's a scene where Michael Keaton beats him nearly to death with a golf club. It's crazy. He's just like, sick. Michael Keaton's crazy. Crazy boy.
Is he gets into that Bruce Wayne, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Yep, that's exactly, except he actually gets nuts with a golf club instead of a fire stoker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but the concept is that this couple, Matthew Modine and his wife, might have been Melanie Griffith? Maybe? I think it was the female, but they're newlyweds. I think they're married. Maybe not. Maybe fiancés. But they buy this house that they cannot afford, but it's like their dream house, fixer-upper. And the real estate lady's like, well, you know, it has a lower area with a shower and mini kitchenette and stuff, so you could have a tenant, and that would help cover your mortgage. You'd be able to afford it if you had a tenant. And they get the tenant from hell, Michael Keaton, who's basically trying to use his knowledge of the law to con them and basically get ownership of the whole house by giving the illusion that they're not doing their duties as the landlords. And it's just crazy, like, it's almost like a thriller. Whew, it gets creepy. Oh, it's
like horribly stressful.
I would describe it as, you know that really bad comedy Duplex?
Kind of.
So it's Duplex if it was like a horror movie. Because even Duplex is like a stressful movie. This is like that stress of like, oh, come on, why can't they beat this guy? They love to hate him.
Try, you're a big fan of horror movies. Have you heard anything about? I heard that Hereditary is really, really. Have you heard?
I heard that it was scary, but I don't know. I don't know anything else.
Are you ready for Halloween?
Yeah. I would like to see that in theaters.
Same. I have to see it in theaters.
Oh, I didn't know you. I mean,
one of my favorite horror series, classic horror series.
I mean, I didn't know that you even begun to like any horror movies.
No, well, I don't like current horror movies. I can't. It's all jump scares and butthole tightening. I can't be playing that game. Can't be eating Taco Bell and watching horror anymore. That is a young man's game. Once I hit 30, that's game over. But no, I've always loved. I love the Freddy movies. I can handle them, and I love Halloween. Let me rephrase that. I like Halloween 1 and 2. The rest of them are kind of actually they're watchable, but they're just they get so stupid.
I kind of respect the lengths that they went to, like up through like I think it was like the 6th one to like keep it all like canonical and stuff. Like I don't necessarily acknowledge that as good, but I respect how hard they tried.
Did they?
Yes.
Again, Paul Rudd, back again. Paul Rudd was in the final.
That was his first movie he was supposed to be in. He actually filmed that before Clueless.
Pretty bad.
I got delayed for so long, so it actually ended up coming out after Clueless.
And it's complicated. And then there's 2 cuts of Halloween Snake. There's the producer's cut, and then they have completely different. Somebody needs to take those 2 movies and make like the definitive Halloween 6. Because there's so much that's missing.
I think that the likelihood of that happening is probably very, very slim.
I'm sure James Rolfe would be interested enough to do it. I mean, he likes horror enough.
Yeah.
Man, Halloween H2O though, that was I thought easily
really good.
No.
My mom loves Halloween H2O. She loved that movie. But
Really?
She also liked the one with Busta. Martial arts.
I mean, I thought that H2O is. Well, I mean, H2O maybe like it's not amazing for the half, but it has a very, very, very strong ending.
Yeah, I thought the whole movie was one of the worst I've seen. It was.
What did you think about
the ending? Is so good.
I don't
like the way Closure did. Closure.
Yes, I mean, I thought that was.
Well, that's why I wonder if Try liked that kind of closure for Jamie Lee Curtis, for Laurie Strode.
Honestly, I don't really remember how it ended because just the whole rest of the movie was.
When she steals the ambulance that he's in, and runs it off the side, so like off the hill,
and then axes his head off.
But I mean, everything that led up to that moment in the movie was so stupid, so it didn't even matter.
See, I don't agree. I think that the ending is it would have been awesome if that was the last one, but then they had to make like the resurrection or whatever.
Yeah, that it was
which I never saw.
It was duct taped with his mouth closed. So, which I'll admit though, that was not a bad idea to figure out a way to continue it. Not bad because he didn't say anything and he reached out for her in like a weird way. So it kind of fits that it was a cop who was duct taped at his mouth shut. I don't know.
I mean,
not that Resurrection's a good movie. It's terrible, but still.
I mean, I guess I can understand that, but didn't Laurie like die then?
Immediately. Too? Immediately dies in Resurrection.
I mean, that ruins like the.
Yeah, but H2O also ignores the original series, doesn't it? It doesn't properly.
It ignores. I mean, 3 is obviously ignored, but 4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6 get ignored. Yeah, it takes place after 2, and now this new one is going to ignore everything but the first.
Because they didn't want to have him be his sister.
Right, which they made painfully obvious in the trailer.
Right. Well, they had to. They had.
Oh, I mean, that's just a rumor.
Well, they had to do that because they need to let people know who are going to see it that it's different.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that they would keep Halloween 2 though, because I mean, it all took place on the same night, and the whole thing that he like, you know, like I don't know, it's kind of weird that he like is like he's, you know, he disappears at the end of the first, and they're going to like apprehend him then, like are they going to make that cool or?
Yeah, that's the impression that I'm getting is that. You know, she shoots him, and then either they're going to ignore that he got up off the ground.
No, I'm sure they'll explain that in the movie.
Or they'll say they caught up with him
or whatever.
Yeah, they'll probably say that they caught up with him down the road because he was so injured from the shots.
Yeah, because I think that, you know, like later on, they kind of established that he's like a bit more superhuman, I think, than he was in that first movie.
Right. I mean, that was like kind of the moment. Like, I love the fact that the first movie there's no indication that he's superhuman, but then the very end it's like, oh crap. Like, I don't know if he's necessarily intended to be.
I mean, the ending to the first movie is really good, and I think I like the second one, but I think that it kind of goes a lot overboard in like a lot of weird ways that it didn't need to.
Like, I remember the first time I saw the second one, like I was like super into the fact that it was like the same night, picked up literally immediately after. Like I was like super into that. But then the second time I watched it, it was like way more apparent to me that it was not a John Carpenter movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they'll explain it. You know, like obviously that he got up.
Yeah, he got up and they probably caught up to him because of the injuries. I have a feeling. I don't know if they're gonna go. I don't think they're gonna go supernatural route.
Like I like the idea of Michael being supernatural personally.
The Halloween strength, the Sam Hain strength.
I mean, you know, not necessarily. I'm not necessarily on board with the explanations, but I like the idea that you go through this entire movie, and then like in the last minute you find out that the villain was more than you thought he was.
What do you think they're gonna do about Loomis? Obviously, they'll say Loomis is dead, but how do you think they're gonna talk? You think they'll reference him very much?
I think he'll just be old. They'll mention him. You have to mention him. I mean, Loomis is the best part of the entire. Like, no matter how off the rails Halloween got, like the fact that Loomis was always.
He just stuck with it.
You know, like he was. He was easily the best part. I shot him 6 times.
Yeah, I mean he was.
But in 6 though, it was pretty. I mean, he died before it came out.
Right. And that was always kind of lame that they just kind of.
I don't remember any. I saw 6 like opening night, and I think that's the only time I've ever seen it.
They like kill him off camera in 6, don't they? Don't they just have like a?
Well, it depends on which cut.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And depending on which cut you watch.
Man, I keep getting a lame power like last several runs. It's like a one-up, like, every time.
I see some talk about the third movie, which I think is kind of a really scary movie.
I like the third Halloween.
I mean, there was some talk in there earlier in the chat about movies that, you know, like if you saw it when you were too young, it just like you had nightmares about it. Halloween 3 was definitely one of those movies for me. I mean, I think I saw it when I was 7, and saw it at my grandma's house. It was like fall, and I was kind of like really into renting horror movies, and I rented that one. Man, the ending is so bleak, but the thing, I just remember the kid's head turning into like a mushy pumpkin.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's scary. It's scary for a kid it's scary for a kid when they kill kids in movies. If that makes sense. I mean, a lot of times, you know, the kids don't die in movies, but when they do, it's pretty scary for a kid.
Pretty tough. Yeah, Halloween 3 it's tough. I just wish it didn't say Halloween on it. So I wish it would probably have been much different if it wasn't associated with Michael Myers in any way.
Well, I like the idea that they were going to make it like an anthology.
Yeah, they wanted it to be about stories that take place around Halloween.
Right.
But it kind of is like it's almost like a sci-fi horror movie in a way. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but before, you know, I guess. But it was, I mean, yeah, it is. There's like some sci-fi elements to it for sure. But that ending though is pretty bleak.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like Halloween 4, to be honest, but like,
they ruined it though because they didn't go with it and do it right. They didn't follow it up properly.
Right, like 5 is like way too goofy. Oh, thank goodness! I got like an awesome power that time, and it like really beat the boss hard. Wait, was that not the boss of the level?
I forget that they have a remake of Poltergeist. Forgot that even came out.
I saw that in the theater for free. Like yeah, like that's how I saw the Foreigner as well. I don't know how they got on this list, but like Drum and Lynn got on some sort of I don't know, they can get free movie tickets every now and then for like early screenings of some movies. Like it's just like some sort of like they want like social media buzz or something.
Mm-hmm.
You just get a free ticket. And yeah, we saw it. Drum really didn't like it. I thought it was fine, but I'm like not overly attached to Poltergeist. Really? Like I saw it one.
I mean, I'm not super attached.
I saw it one time.
Okay. Well, I mean,
like I thought it was totally fine, but whoa.
For making a RoboCop sequel that ignores 2 and 3, I don't think that's like for sure happening.
That'd be tough.
I can't remember if I've seen 3.
I don't know how they're gonna do that with that. What's his face? I forgot what the actor is. Peter Weller. Yeah.
Kevin McQuarrie said, Internet has news that Child's Play writer wants to make a crossover with Chucky and Freddy.
That'd be good. You know, the 2 most recent Chucky movies are actually like really good. Like they're
not bad. They're kind of like indie almost, right?
They're direct to streaming, and it's the same. It's like the creator directing it,
right?
And the protagonist is Brad Dourif's daughter.
Right, yeah.
Like his like real life daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And they're actually like they're really good actually.
I only saw the first one. Curse is the first one, right?
Yeah, there's Cult of Chucky.
That's the one I didn't see. I did not see Cult. I only saw the first one. Yeah, it wasn't bad. There was some rough, low-budget CG moments that disappointed me. But overall,
I don't really remember that, but I probably wasn't really expecting.
pretty sure it was when he was going down the stairs in the house, and it was like.
I mean, there was definitely a good bit of real puppeteering, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. More than they could have done, which is nice. But boy, howdy. Yeah, Chucky. Actually, it took a long time. Watching Child's Play, because my brother, who is 3 years older than me, loved horror movies. I did not like horror movies as a young kid, and I remember being like traumatized because he wanted to watch Child's Play, and I was in the family room doing something, and it was just what was on TV, and it freaked me out. I mean, I was a little kid, and it just disturbed me, and I feel like I was like crying in the couch over it, like it bothered me so much, it just bothered me. So for years, I was like, nah, man, screw those movies. That's stupid. I don't want to watch it. Jump. But, you know, as I got older, I think in like high school, I was like, oh, it's kind of entertaining, goofy, but. So then that's when I started really getting into. Halloween was the first series that I was like, okay, I like certain horror movies. It's certainly not my genre by any means, but there's classics, there's classic series I really like. Halloween, Krueger, just because they're so stupid.
Yeah.
And
I feel like
prime time.
Did I send you a YouTube link of
Of all the times he says the B word, dude. You texted me that one day. I might have been at work, dude, and I was like, I have to watch this. I don't care that I'm at work right now. It was so good. I was just waiting for that prime time one. I was like, oh, it's coming. I know it's coming. I think they're making I think NECA or somebody's making a figure of that.
Of the TV as our
Freddy TV.
I feel like Nightmare on Elm Street was like maybe the first horror movie where I saw part of it on TV and it like captured my interest. I was like, I wanna, you know, I'm kind of interested in seeing where this goes.
I mean, really, the only ones. I guess like New Nightmare is good, but it's like it's completely different. But I mean,
it's kind of weird.
1 and 3 are the only ones really worth watching.
I actually really liked Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, of course. I mean, I don't really consider that the same though.
I've never seen Freddy vs. Jason. That's the only one.
I thought it was not very well regarded, but I liked it.
Isn't it like almost a martial arts movie?
What?
It's like a martial arts movie at one point, right? They're like a big Matrix fight scene or something.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'd go to that extent, but it's. I think it's very good. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't remember much about it. I just remember I really liked it. Man, I really blew all of my special moves this time. I think this is gonna be the end for Jackie Chan.
Well, how dare you? Go for the eye. Go for the eyes, boo. Minsk style.
I just imagine this guy doing that exact move for the eternity, just doing it over and over again, even when there's not even people there. You're just going, ooh. He's like, oh.
Well, should I do one more? I mean, it put us well past the hour, but I mean, I got a lot further certainly.
What was that move? What was that fireball move?
Oh yeah, you know what? I remember learning about that when I finished the NES game. I was like, oh, I never knew you could do that. Let's try it.
Might be useful.
Is it? Yeah, that's right. You could just do that. I don't know if that would be that useful on bosses. I mean, I guess it depends on how strong it actually is.
Mega Man charge attack. Man, this is it. All right, this is your last chance.
Yeah, it's my last chance for sure. I got a lot further.
F the hour.
You know, speaking of Falcor,
mm-hmm.
I was very pleasantly surprised to and I got my Space Harrier vinyl in the mail from Data Discs, and it has a little interview with the composer of the music, and he says that the music in Space Harrier was inspired by the music from Neverending Story, and it made a ton of sense to me.
My next Family Corner episode sort of has a Space Harrier playstyle.
What's the game called?
Attack
I think
Animal
I told you about
Gakuen?
Wait, what?
Attack Animal Gakuen?
No. Never. No.
Oh.
No.
I don't know.
I think I told Coury about this a while back, but it's definitely rocking the Z-axis movement.
So that charge, that bullet counter that now says 0. That's how many charge shots you get.
Mm-hmm.
I completely I never paid any attention to that when I played the NES game, and then after I beat the game, I was watching the demo. I'm like, oh, and now I completely forgot again.
Limited.
I was gonna say, how do you listen to your vinyls? I mean, I don't have a great record player at all.
With my ears.
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer to get a new one eventually.
What are you rocking? Like are you using
It's
an old
like
school one or a new?
It's like $120, like an Audio Technica. It's like the introductory model, you know.
I don't have a lot of vinyl. I got 2 vinyls in my collection. 2.
Oh, really? I didn't even know you had any.
Yeah, just 2.
What are they?
That would be the Ghostbusters 1 soundtrack and the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack.
Oh,
they were purchased more as joke gifts.
yeah. Well, this record store opened up around the corner from my house.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
I mean, I just like going there because you end up getting like, just whenever they get new things in. I mean, I'm just kind of walking in there, and I've like actually bought a lot, and a lot of stuff is not that expensive. Like a lot of good albums that, I mean, they're good albums to me, kind of like iconic ones. You know, it's like.
I gotta say, yes, it does have the song "Magic" in the soundtrack.
Oh.
I believe in magic. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a CD guy. I'm a CD guy. I know people like vinyl, and I don't. All I hear is just that, you know, people say it has more. What did they say? Texture, right? There's more texture to a vinyl. I don't know. I like that. I like it so super clean. And just and then
it's interesting. Like I think that there was probably a point where, you know, the like the extra noise, like the analogness of it, I wouldn't like. But I think that I've come to enjoy analog just in general a lot more than digital a lot of times.
Okay, I just don't like that. And you know, the chance of skipping. I mean, it's actually a lot to maintain vinyl properly. But I don't know. I don't the pops and.
I mean, it's similar to playing games on a CRT.
True.
I mean, there's the people. I mean, it's the.
I mean, me being not an audiophile, I don't really have a whole lot of. I have respect for the vinyl listening experience, but I don't have a lot of personal interest in it. Like, if I were to buy a vinyl, I feel like the only reason would be like the artwork.
I just found out when I was at Korg's a couple of weeks ago that there was a whole bunch of like Sega vinyls released like in the early 90s or
Not
late
tops
80s
there.
and early.
Playing vinyls is a lot like making tea or coffee. It's the process that makes it all enjoyable.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a
process-
much more
process.
active, makes for a much more active listening experience.
True. AKA not as easy.
I'm curious where in Tokyo I should go looking for game CDs.
Maybe you should check your butt. No, I was kidding. Yeah, if you give me some non-bootleg soundtracks. Pick me up some stuff. I'll give you a games list. There's 3 games I'm trying to find.
You know, some people though have responded to our video, and I don't know to what extent this is true or even verifiable, but I forget which one it is, but some people have said that one of them is legit. I think maybe San Mei, but like they're not. What the unlegit thing is they aren't supposed to be sold outside Taiwan. Like that's their agreement with Square Enix or the record companies or whatever. Like it's not legal for them to be sold outside Taiwan, but technically they're legit.
Technically.
Yeah.
GameSack's got the right idea. I assume it's our boy Joe. Joey R. He said it.
Yeah, he said, what did he say? Vinyl's
no desire to listen to game soundtracks with warmth applied to the top.
I mean, I can understand that. I definitely can. I mean, a big appeal for it to me as well is just like the packaging and artwork.
Yeah, I will say that the artwork is. I can see the interest. There was a big Back to the Future collection that came out on vinyl, and I wanted it. I can't. That's a slippery slope. I can't be getting into that. And I'm collecting artwork. Whew.
Yeah. I mean, it seems to me that like so much of the stuff is, you know, Sega focused and stuff like that, which, you know, I like Sega, but I don't have like that lifelong attachment to it, you know? Mm-hmm. So
I grew up listening to my mom's vinyl. And like she had quite an eclectic collection. So like one album would be a Secret Agent Man single on vinyl, the original, and then Bat Dance by Prince. She had the single of that on.
See, my parents almost exclusively listened to audio cassette tapes.
Mm-hmm. We had a lot of cassette tapes too.
And like because of that, like I always kind of thought of audio cassette tapes as being like the successor to vinyl, but it's really more like the Game Boy version. You know, it's the portable music. It's not really meant to replace vinyl. And I didn't.
Yeah, cassette's pretty awful, really.
I didn't understand that for a long time because
I like it because, you know, making mixtapes was huge for me in high school.
I did a lot of mixtapes.
Like,
do you still have any of them, Dave?
No, I don't even have any of my original tapes. I mean, I remember.
I found a bunch of mixtapes of mine when my mom was moving out of her house.
I mean, a lot of my mixtapes were tracks of game soundtracks I would record off the television.
Yeah, I mean that was me recording them soundtracks.
The only one I remember doing it of was Chrono Trigger's music, but I don't remember.
I did a bunch of Kirby ones, Donkey Kong Country, 1 and 2 at least. I did Mario RPG. I did a ton. I remember like when I got my first CD player, a friend of mine in school, he had a dual tape deck CD player combo with high-speed dubbing, and like it was completely lost on me that the reason for high-speed dubbing was to copy a CD or tape faster. Like I was obsessed with the feature because I thought it sounded hilarious, and like that was like a specific feature that I wanted in my own tape deck CD player that I got for my birthday, like because I like actually envisioned myself listening to music, like listening to it through high-speed dubbing because I thought it sounded awesome.
It's Alvin and the Chipmunks over here.
Well, I mean, you keep in mind I didn't really listen to any music with vocals. It was all video.
You're not really, yeah, you're not really a music.
I'm not a music guy.
Ella.
Yeah, I never got interested really in music for just pure music's sake or music culture or anything like that. Like it was always that attachment to a game that made music stand out to me.
I was like that for a while. Like I preferred music, movie scores and soundtracks for my music when I was growing up, and then I sort of grew into real bands at that. Like, what was your first cassette tape, Coury? Do you remember what your first cassette tape was?
I don't know my first cassette tape. I feel like my first cassette tape might have been. I think it was a Dokken album, but I don't know which one. But I know that my first CD was REM's Out of Time.
Okay. Gotcha.
Which I just was thinking about that recently because somebody posted on Facebook about it being like the best REM album. I'm like, I don't know about that. But I mean, because they're my favorite band of all time, so I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it's firmly in the middle. But I remember I got that CD. My brother got it for me for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The same, so I could listen to it on my Sega CD because I didn't have a real CD player. But being able to listen to
you had a real CD player. You had a Sega CD.
Yeah. I mean, the Sega CD could play music CDs, so that was like kind of a. I mean, it was a big feature for it,
It's like the DVD on the PS2.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that was my only DVD player for a long time.
Yeah, I think I put a lot of PS2s in hell.
But I mean, I guess when I got that album, I started kind of listening to music a bit more. Because I guess I still listen to like game music, but I got a couple of Squaresoft CDs. I listened to the Sega CD games, like the audio off of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think it was when I saw REM live, that kind of like is what converted me to completely listening to quote regular music unquote.
Yeah, that's got to be a huge impact. I mean, actually, that's just what's been going on here in Delaware this weekend.
It's seeing like seeing bands live. Like when I saw REM live, it was September 29th, 1995.
You say it all the time. It changed my life.
Say it all the time. But going to that show changed my life. Like it really had a huge impact on me.
Yeah.
And I was like, it made such a huge deal. Let me grab my my thing. It has all my concert tickets. Hang on.
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy here this weekend with Firefly because it's like the biggest event that happens in Dover for the entire year. Tons of musical artists this year. Freaking Eminem was here. Like Eminem was 12 minutes down.
Dover, Delaware.
Yep, Dover, Delaware. Eminem 12 minutes down the road yesterday.
Did I ever tell you about the time I sold Snoop Dogg a PS2 memory card?
You have.
But tell the folks at home.
Yeah.
You've told the folks at home, but tell them again.
In the Walden Galleria, I came in and bought a PS2 memory card for me.
So when he came in, he was like, la-di-da-di-da.
Exactly.
D-O-double-G. And then he was like, hey, let me...
So this right here, let me see if you can see it. Right? We'll go this way a little bit. This right here has like all my concert tickets. I've been to. I mean, not every single one. I might be missing a few.
The majority.
But I mean, I keep them all in here.
I used to save movie tickets until movie tickets like got crap.
Became receipts.
Yeah.
There's crappy. I hate it. Yeah, it's so, like I never collected movie tickets, but it's just not. It doesn't feel the same when it's just.
Well, like I stopped once. Like I opened up my box of movie tickets and I found like, you know, all my movie tickets from the past year or two like had faded to just white. The ink was gone.
Yeah, they weren't really made for collectibility.
Longevity.
I see knock her in the chat saying my first CD was Dare to Be Stupid. I mean, probably one of my most listened to audio cassettes was definitely the Transformers the movie soundtrack.
Yeah, my first, I don't know which, but it was either Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, Back to the Future. It had to be one of those was my first CD, first cassette tape. One of those had to be. Because that Back to the Future one, I wore it out. You could hear the magnetic tape giving up on Earth's gravitational pull. Like that's how many times I listened to that freaking.
Now
Like Earth Angel would be like Earth Angel.
what was your first video game CD?
First video game CD was probably Secret of Mana soundtrack I got.
Mine was Super Mario 64. Came with a Nintendo Power subscription.
One good track in that game.
Hey now.
Mine's super generic. It was FF7 soundtrack.
But was it legit?
No, it was that bootleg one I have.
What do you think was
My
your first legit?
My first legit one, probably the Suikoden soundtrack.
Jay Stanford, I mentioned Transformers the movie soundtrack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it definitely Suikoden was my first legit. Because I ordered, and it was expensive even then because I had to import it. And I don't think I've ever seen a bootleg version of the Suikoden 1 soundtrack. Suikoden 2 gets bootlegged sometimes, but not the first one that I've seen. So I got lucky there. So I'm happy that was my first real non-bootleg game sound. Worth it. Miki Higashino, boy. Did you beat this yet? Try, come on. It's 11:04.
Yep. It's beat.
Beat this. It's beat. It's beat.
I don't know what are we rating my chances at. I feel like I was on the probably second to last boss.
I'll give you a 45% chance that you will beat this tonight. In this run. 45% chance.
There's a twinge of pessimism there.
Right. You know why? Because I think that'll push you over the edge and make you do it.
Oh.
Like, he doesn't even have half the confidence in me. I'll show him. And then you fall off those stupid tortoises. Those Gameras. Those Gameras shooting their little rocket butts all over the place. Love it.
Oh, that's a good move you just pulled there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you stayed on that.
Sounds like his confidence has already been boosted.
But I mean, I've been buying a lot of CDs at Goodwill lately. I was reading this thing about how CD sales are like really, really way down. I can understand, like why. But I mean, when CDs are $1 at Goodwill, I just go through and just so I have like hard copies, I'll buy stuff that I've already have.
Mm-hmm. I'm afraid to buy digital downloads because there's that thing of, I know it's stupid and post-apocalyptic thinking, but what happens if your digital music library can't be re-downloaded one day?
Right. I mean,
servers are gone. You have nothing to rip the music from. Like, if your account is gone, you don't have access to your music. That's
the big thing to me is it's so fragmented too, right? Like, I mean, where is everything? Where's your music? What account? Do you even remember what accounts you have?
Well, from what I feel like I've heard recently is that the iTunes store is going to be like streaming only. Like you actually don't download
You just play it stream.
Files.
Oh, so you play it off the cloud.
But do you?
Yeah.
But do you pay for it then? Like if it's a subscription,
Well, if you
okay.
buy
But
it-
if you're like paying for a
You
specific,
basically are buying a license to play it whenever you want.
Yeah.
except when
As
it's
long as you're
gone.
connected to the internet.
Which is stupid. It's ridiculous. And that again, it's my problem with cell phone games. It feels like the same thing. The only difference, of course, is that they can update your phone and then your game won't even open anymore. So they can basically kill the game for you. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugh, makes me mad. If you want to know more, watch Digitally Distracted episodes where I complain for 20 minutes about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was some game I covered recently for some reason that I'm trying to blank on what it was. I feel like it was it was Lost Winds. Like it doesn't I was hoping that'd be the end of the level. Lost Winds had an iOS version, but it broke in an iPhone update, and they never fixed it.
Yep, that's what happened to the Ghostbusters mobile game. They updated past. It's like, oh, this until the developer updates this game to work with iOS 11 or what.
Right.
You can't play it. And you can't downgrade your version in any way. It's ugh, lame.
What's interesting though about Lost Winds having that iPhone situation is it was the only Wii game to my knowledge. I mean, apart from maybe something used some weird accessory, but probably even that would have worked. I can't think of an example. I believe it was the only Wii game that did not work on the Wii U at launch, but it was at some point patched.
There you go. Trivia.
But it's weird. Like I wonder what it was about the game that made it run to that issue on 2 platforms.
Right. Yeah.
See that Smoke Monster mentioned buying vinyl to like support the artists and stuff. A good thing about buying vinyl a lot of times too is that they also come with download card, so you can have it both.
Oh yeah. I do like when if bought vinyl. Yeah, I do like that Amazon does that. We're like, oh, download MP3 files.
Yeah, and they do that with their books too, which I think is cool. Like I just bought those
books.
Untold Stories of Japanese Game Developers, and you buy the physical book, but you also get a Kindle version.
Oh, that's cool. I recently pre-ordered. What book did I pre-order recently? How crazy is that? I'm pre-ordering books. What was it? Probably something FF related. You know, Fantastic Four.
Typical.
Oh, the Ultimania archives.
Yeah, I did that too.
When I saw the price keep dropping, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna lock that in. I'm gonna lock that pre-order price in just in case.
You know, I've never been really into art books, but I've kind of been getting a lot more interested, but just because it's good research material, you know, and good visual material. Because I like showing, like, I like shooting off of a page rather than like using a scan. Like I like that feeling of tangibility there.
Yeah, and they look good. They look good, and the fact that it's got every 1 through 9, pretty awesome. Sucks that they're broken up. Like one comes out in July, the other one comes out in November.
But they're old. They're based on old books, though, right? That just never got official releases.
It's their first time coming over here. They're probably a little updated too. But then you got the that I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but there's the Yoshitaka Amano hardcover.
I have like another book.
Ultimate Tribute that's coming.
Now is that just general Amano art or just Final Fantasy?
It's called Beyond the Fantasy, but it has some. It's kind of like his. That's why I haven't pre-ordered it yet, because I don't know how much Final Fantasy and how much of it is just personal work outside of Final Fantasy. But it would be cool to see and have like, and it's like 330 pages or something. I did get the Sky, the big slipcase collection of his Final Fantasy stuff. I picked that up. Did you get that one? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I know what you're talking about, but no, I didn't.
Coury knows. It's this. It's right here. Actually, I'll grab it. Ooh. This big old bad boy right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That big old bad boy.
This is a big old bad boy. A big bad boy.
I guess the most recent one like that I've kind of gotten is the Sega Mega Drive Genesis Collected Works. It's a very good book.
That's cool.
Got lots of cool artwork and stuff, and photos of the hardware and design documents. I think this book is pretty well known at this point. Got a lot of Mega Drive cover artwork. It's very clean. Kind of
Stuff from Sega.
stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool to see the clean,
Yeah, just like,
non-branded.
right. Cool. It's a very good book. And I'll just like pull it down and just kind of page through it sometimes.
Do you have any certain guidebooks? Any certain NES guidebooks? By chance?
NES guidebooks?
Yeah, any certain NES guidebooks by chance? Maybe it's from like some punks.
No, I don't have. I guess the only one that I have is the one that I guess we contributed a little bit to. I don't remember what the name of it was. The Complete SNES or something like that.
From Wittenhagen?
Yeah, from Hagen's Alley. Like we wrote like a little thing.
I'll be sure to let Pat know that you guys are really sorry you couldn't make it. 'Cause I'm sure he was pumped. See
Yeah,
it,
one.
he made it into an episode, so.
Oh yeah.
Pat the Punk was in an episode.
I was just thinking about like it's kind of crazy. You know, I don't think we talked about it. Is I got a big kick out of the fact that before Limited Run Games press conference on what day was it? Was it like Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday? They showed our documentary that we did. Like they streamed it like
right, I
streamed to
forgot.
15,000 people.
That's awesome. Major.
Yeah.
No
I
wonder you're all
how
listening
it's crazy. It's been 2 years. It'll be 2 years in July since we shot that.
That's why you're getting towards 100,000. Get your little play button, boys. Who? Okay, here's the question.
It's like
Where's
who
the
gets
play
it?
button going? Who's getting the play button?
Well, I mean, I started the.
I think it should be Coury. I mean, he's like, I've generally assumed it's going to Coury's.
I've already assumed. Of course, keep it.
When do you get like the second play button?
500.
Never.
Yeah, like, I don't think that our material is like is popular enough to go to.
Gold.
Yeah, the 500,000. It's not happening.
I thought it was 1 million.
Million is diamond,
Oh, okay. So there's an interim there.
and they've recently changed the look of the play buttons. They're not the same anymore. They're not like a framed play button. It's like this solid, I think, metal piece that has an etched input.
Oh, really? So you can't even put it on the.
Can you frame it?
I think it comes as like a hangable. You have to look it up, but it's updated. It's like a new thing. New thing. Let me look it up. New YouTube play buttons.
I mean, I mean, we're getting close. I mean, we're like almost like 4,000 subs
What I'm
away.
saying.
At one point I thought we were going, make it to
We thought, yeah, we
before
thought we
too
were gonna
many
be-
games, which I guess is maybe the real reason we couldn't go to too many games. We didn't earn it.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is I think we have a lot of kind of heavy hitter subject matter stuff coming out that we've been
in the
shooting.
second half of the year for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be lots of really neat things, I think. I mean, I'm excited to share the stuff like we're gonna be doing in Japan. And I mean, just like even like the RGB 106, the gaming on 4K TVs, I think is going to be really interesting to people that they haven't really thought about it, I guess, because there's a lot of stuff out there that's not easily explained anywhere.
Yeah.
Even just stuff about like HDR, like how it works and like what it means, like I think is going to be pretty interesting to people, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
As Justin Silverman once said, "When does it end?"
Yeah, that's right. You did say that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean...
4K's here, and sure enough, it's still going. 4K video about 4K game.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay.
Doesn't it?
I found the old picture-rooney. We'll, I don't even know how to... how would I do? I'll send it in our chat. Our secret chat. Sorry, viewers. And there we go. Those are the new ones. The diamond one I think is still the same, but the other two, you can see they're kind of like these just solid metal sheets. So I don't know if that's visible for you there, Corey, but that's what they look.
I have it full screen up. I'm on something new.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well, try.
I think it's gonna be exciting for people. I want it to be exciting. So I think it's gonna be it's very possibly like a big crossover episode for us. They can hit like definitely a different audience.
It'll be interesting for me now that I have a 4K TV. Though I see that's the thing that like I pretty much don't play retro on my flat screen anymore.
Right.
Curved screen, that is.
You never got an OSSC, did you?
No, I didn't.
I feel like
I was hoping you'd bring it so we could find out if it worked.
yeah.
I was like, I'll just get one. Because if it works with your TV, it's probably the one to get, right? Is that what you're kind of saying?
Oh, yeah. I mean, for like PS2, it's very debatable.
Yeah, I mean, like the Bob the interlace and stuff.
I kind of have started to like the Bob, but
hey, as long as I can play Chrono Cross without any issues.
It's not going. You will still have issues with Chrono Cross.
Well, then I don't even want to hear about it.
You just gotta play it on a PS3. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, PS3 is really the only way to play Chrono Cross, or CRT, obviously.
Right. But if I want to capture it, obviously.
Well, what about your capture? Does that handle Chrono Cross? Probably not. I mean, it's still a resolution change.
It's not really an upscaler.
Something I learned though that is interesting. HDMI 2.1. I learned this from Artemio actually, and I don't want to misquote him here, but a feature of HDMI 2.1 that I didn't know about. Apparently, there's some feature in it that is supposed, like, I don't know, called like quick content or something like that. It's supposed to eliminate the drop between content, which I wonder if that would, especially with the OSSC, I wonder if that would make it instant, or if it has to be like a specifically implemented feature.
Wow.
I forget what it was exactly, but that would be interesting.
Is this the last level? How many levels are after this?
I'm pretty sure there's one level after this.
Yeah, you gotta go to the castle.
It took me less time to catch up to this point than I thought it would.
I saw someone mention earlier, just a few minutes ago, about there's a lot of PS1 games hitting $500 plus these days. I mean, besides the jewel case version of Mortal Kombat 3, what are some of the ones that are up that high? Probably The Adventures of Little Ralph, which is like something I would love to have. But
yeah, luckily I have most of the PS1 games that I would have. Thankfully. I'm glad I got into PS1 collecting early, or I'd be screwed.
Yeah, well, you got Xenogears late.
I freaking. Luckily, that's not a super.
Yeah, it's
There's
not,
certain ones
but
that I
you were
wish
just very stubborn about Xenogears because
Yes, I was. I should have just. Then I finally went for it, and it was too late. With the guide too. Hey.
there was a PS1 game that I got recently. What was it?
Tronbon. Pick up Tronbon.
I got the Japanese version.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just because. I mean, I've got the
PSN.
the
one.
PSN version, and I beat an original disc, like borrowing it from a friend. So, like, I mean, I really just wanted to have. And actually, I didn't know about this, but the Japanese version's interesting because it's got a demo for Mega Man Legends 2.
I thought they both did.
I don't think the American version does. I don't think it does.
I think it did too.
Pretty sure it does.
Is it the same demo though? I wonder, because what's interesting.
That I don't know.
What's interesting about it is that it's called Rockman Dash Episode 1. And like it's just a demo. Like, I mean, I think there might be some vague story implications, but for the most part, it's just a sort of a preview of the gameplay style. But the actual Rockman Dash 2 main game is called Rockman Dash 2 Episode 2. Like, it is called Episode 2 because of a demo that you may or may not own or have played. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, so that it probably is a different one, but yes, the North American release does have a Mega Man Legends 2 demo disc. So it's probably just like a typical demo.
It's like three. I think it's like 3 scenarios that are, to my recollection, not in the main game.
Well, there you go. So that's what we gotta. So we gotta compare the two demo discs. That's your mission. Get on it.
Well,
I
will say that the Japanese Rockman Dash 2 box art is unfathomably superior.
Yeah.
I mean, the Mega Man Legends American versions don't exactly have the finest box art. I mean, that was a weird generation for box art anyway, especially in America, where like hand-drawn stuff was like super out in America.
Well, Diablo's getting pretty pricey. PS1.
Is it really?
Yeah, it looks like about $58.
I mean, didn't you get that not long ago, and you were like glad you got it because it was kind of expensive?
Yeah, I found it at Goodwill. It was like in great condition and complete, and I got it for $1.50.
Yep, you made out like a bendito.
It was
looks like it's anywhere between 40 and 60.
I'm doing really bad on this.
Diablo.
Diablo.
Did anyone go into EB Games when you worked there asking for Diablo?
Yeah. And Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider is
one of my favorites.
Do you guys have Suikoden?
Suck it in.
Suikoden is what I
You have Suck It In?
I always said Suikoden. Suck it in.
Yeah.
Valkyrie Profile is still holding its price. Whew.
What's it up
it's
to?
Up there.
What is it at now?
130.
Oh,
Well,
I don't know if I
it's
went
been
through,
that forever though.
I kind of went through. I was actually sold that one for a lot. I guess I did not talk about it on the stream a couple weeks ago. I tweeted about it afterwards because I meant to talk about it on the stream. Where I kind of went through all my old PayPal transactions to see what I kind of sold stuff for when I was selling stuff in like 2002 to move to New York. And I think like the biggest one that really got me was that I sold Magic Knight Rayearth for $38.
Whoops. Yeah, I remember you were sharing those out, right? Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
That is rough. That's rough.
I should see if I can access some other ones. Hang on, let me see if I can bring it back up and I can talk about ones that I did not.
We got Tactics Ogre. That's getting up towards 75.
I wish I liked those games, but
Yeah, I'm not. They don't appeal to me. XCOM. It's not that.
I mean, I like the style of like Ogre Battle 64. Like I was playing a bit of it for the Virtual Console episode. I was like, oh yeah, like I get the same feeling every time I try that game. I'm like, oh, it seems kind of good. And then I actually get to the first battle, and I'm like, oh, right.
Oh, that's right. Persona, of course. Yeah, that's gonna be pricey. Revelations.
Okay, so I can do it. Hang on.
Yeah, Persona's almost $200.
That was one I sold. For sure.
Well, for complete, I mean, of course, I'm saying complete.
I think I sold Persona 1 and 2.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. What, Eternal Punishment?
I mean, the weird thing about Persona 2 is that America didn't even get the second half of Persona 2 until the PSP version. Which did that even get a physical release? I can't remember.
What?
The second half of Persona 2 for the PSP version.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, you know that Persona 2 is like a 2-part game.
I didn't. I did not know that.
I mean, I know very little about it.
Okay, so I'm looking at the PayPal statements here. Let me see if I can find anything here.
Whew. All right, we've made progress, fellas.
Oh boy. Come on, Jackie. Do what you need to do, Jackie. Brigandine. That's getting expensive. $111. Makes me sick. See, there's a couple of these I don't have.
Oh, we got a super chat.
Super chat.
16-bit Pete.
Oh.
We'll buy some rum and coke. Like MagFest 2017. I'll buy a shot of sake.
Mm.
And we're with Jimmy Hoppa.
MagFest 2017. That was our last MagFest.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Will we return? Will we return?
I mean, I feel like it depends on if they get like some like crazy can't miss guest, maybe.
If Nobu is there, we gotta go.
Oh yeah, like that was honestly the main reason I started going to MagFest, because the last one.
In the hopes that he would show up again.
Well, it wasn't so much that, it was like the last year before I started going was the year that he was there, and like I felt like I missed something like really monumental by not going, you know?
Did you guys know that on November 20th, 2003, I sold for $26.50 the Ultimate Scream Collection on DVD?
The Ultimate Scream.
How much was it sold for again?
$26.50.
I feel like you got a good deal.
Well, I mean, I don't know what these games were. Is a lot of 3 N64 games for $16.50. It's a lot of lots in here, which is kind of.
I mean, N64,
lot of six Sega Dreamcast games for $29.
N64 market is hot these days.
I didn't sell very many things in my eBay early career. I don't even know. Obviously, I didn't save everything, so I don't even have a way of seeing what I sold. Oh, I guess you said PayPal keeps everything, right?
Right.
So
Here's where I sold Castlevania, Circle of the Moon, and Harmony of Dissonance So both of them. And Harmony of Dissonance is like, it's kind of an expensive game these days. But I sold them both in one package, complete in box. Mint.
Fresh and mint.
For $38.
You got all of those back though, right?
I don't have Harmony and Dissonance.
How much is it now?
It's like $60, $70, I think.
Like card only?
I don't know.
Jeez. I'm glad those are all games I had day one.
I had them day one too. What did I sell for 5102? What is it? What's it gonna be? A lot of 4 SNK Dreamcast games: Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves, Last Blade 2, and probably both King of Fighters 98 Dream Match and 99 Evolution. For $51. I think that Mark of the Wolves is like $100 now. Let's continue on. Is this hopefully isn't that too uninteresting? Chat.
I mean, hey, we got.
I sold Power Stone 1 and 2 in one package for $36. 6 Xbox games, including Dead or Alive 3, Brute Force, and Gun Valkyrie, for $45.
I heard a bell somewhere.
Secret stage.
Yeah.
So here's three Atlas PS1 RPGs: Hoshigami, Persona 2, and I assume Persona 1. Actually, it's probably Thousand Arm for $60.
Oh, Thousand Arms.
There's something I sold for $79.49 though. Oh, Dragon Force for the Saturn for $79 or $74.99 I sold for. That's not as bad as Ray Earth, at least. What did I sell for $46.50?
Mine will not let me go back.
Oh, you have
you have to go to history.paypal.com.
Oh boy, that sounds complicated.
When you're logged in, it's history.paypal.com.
Something horrifying looking is chasing me, and I can only get.
I don't think I ever sold games on eBay. I don't think I could bring myself to sell them.
I sold Shining Force 3 for the Saturn for $54.05.
History.
Oh, we got Johnny is in here.
Oh, no.
Johnny, you will probably enjoy these prices I'm going through, talking about the games that I sold in 2002 and 2003 to fund my move to New York City to pursue a career. And I sold Magic Knight Ray Earth for $38 in 2003.
John, you just need to admit it. Okay, you love me, so stop with your phony hate. Okay, throw some love. Dave Cuck. Stupid. Oh, John. It's your boy. The master of E3 coverage.
What do you all feel about these gradually squished skulls making up a slope?
Looks like a scaling issue on those skulls. There's gonna be a scaling issue.
Making up this slope game room.
Making up this DJ Slopes. Clearly designed this level. Look at that guy. I don't remember that guy. I like that guy. Yeah, I mean, seeing how different it really is, I probably need to pick this up at some.
Yeah,
just to have. It's not like I can play it, just to have it.
It's significantly different.
Yeah, I'll get it just to get closer to my complete Jackie Chan gaming collection.
I feel like that might be it. Yeah, that was it.
Well, you know,
definitely a harder game than the NES one, but you know,
appears to be doable,
I'm sure. But unfortunately, looks like it ain't gonna happen before Japan.
No.
Not gonna happen.
Thank you, Hero Number 9. I appreciate that.
Although, you know what I have just found? I found my Phantasy Star standee
Oh
that
yeah?
I sold. And it was not sold to Josh Fairhurst.
No?
It was sold to somebody by the name of Stephen McCroden from. I don't want to. I shouldn't give that.
I'm
I'm
bummed out that it was not that wasn't the real one.
Yeah.
We like it had
And
like a bend in the same place and everything.
What?
It had a
paid with his.
there was like a crease or like a tear or something
Yeah.
in like the same spot.
But maybe that was a common thing to happen. Either way, he bought the Phantasy Star standee along with an Arc the Lad standee and a Lunar 1 and 2 standee, which I have no idea why I didn't keep those. It's so stupid I did not keep those standees. I only got $46 for all four, or $46 or $43.46.
The important thing is that Electron Ash has pointed out that Try is rocking a very, very nearly Basic Instinct level short situation. According to Electron Ash. I had to when I saw that. It's like, okay, it's too good. It's too good. Now switch those legs, Try. My legs in gaming, you can't escape it. That started, I believe, at the first Too Many Games stream we did. We had the camera. Remember, we had the camera so low, and it was just a bunch of short.
Yep.
But if you don't have the camera low, then you got too much headroom, and that drives me crazy.
It's true.
You know?
It's true.
Nothing wrong with shorts. Shorts never hurt no one.
Hey, the first episode of Digitally Distracted, there was a lot of. I had to move it up. Move it up. I had to point shoot down a little bit on because Gerald was out. He's like, say hello, Gerald. You're about to meet everything.
Well,
so I'm looking through these last ones.
I can't. The link's not working. History.paypal.com's not.
Oh, really?
No. It just gives me Verizon. This doesn't exist.
Verizon.
Verizon. Yeah.
So that's what my mom calls it.
Verizon.
Yeah.
Like people who
I sold my NES top loader in
I didn't know you had one.
yeah, I had one in 2002 for $75. That's pretty good.
Not sold to Jason.
Oh, I know that I bought my new one from Jason before I knew Jason.
No.
I composite modded one, which is kind of funny.
Well, I'll never see mine. It's just not having it. It's just not.
I just think about I have probably spent way more buying these games back than I ever made.
Yeah, but if you consider the ones that you would never want to buy back, like, I wonder how much money that is.
Probably, I mean, there's tons of them that I would want to buy back. I mean, I think that I bought back almost all of them. I mean, things that I sold, like the Suikoden games, it's annoying that I sold all those.
What Suikoden games do you have now?
I have 1 and 3, I think. But I definitely sold 1, 2, and 3 as a package, probably for like $75.
Is 5 a little expensive? I forget.
It might be.
4 is pretty
1
cheap.
is actually pretty expensive too these days.
I mean, it's not crazy though.
Wait, which one? Which one?
1.
One's going up. The cheapest is Tactic, and 4.
Yeah, 4's not bad, but I forget how much 5 is these days.
5 is more expensive than 3, so probably like 60.
3's pretty cheap. Like, I mean, you can still find, like, Corey, didn't you find your 3 like just in the commons at some booth at Too Many Games?
Yeah. Yeah.
Should have bought it.
Like
Should've
$20
bought
or something. Or
it. I
less,
should have
maybe.
bought it. It was in good condition. It's good to have a backup.
I don't know if it was in
Backup.
great condition. Like
It
I
wasn't.
don't remember. I think it was the same guy. Like I almost bought. Like it was one of those booths where they have like all the games in little baggies. And you kind of feel like they're discouraging you from like looking at the disc, but I always have to look at the disc.
Mm.
I remember he had like a really rough looking Wild Arms 3. Once I opened it up, I ended up getting another Wild Arms 3.
Wild Arms 3. Oh. Good old Wild Arms.
Man, I really want to play Wild Arms 2 after just like getting a taste of it recording for the PS2 episode. But I have to get through 4 first, which like introduced the new gameplay style.
Oh, Wild Arms 5? 4 you want?
What did I
4?
say?
I thought you said 2.
Oh, no. Well, I meant to say 5, whatever.
Oh.
5 like seems really, really good. Like I'm super excited to play that, but I have to play 4 first, which I think is not a fan favorite exactly, but you know, I think the gameplay is considered good, but people don't like the story and stuff.
What do people know?
What do people know?
What do people know?
People don't know crap.
It's funny. Hero number 9 said bit Dave face on it. That actually exists. That has been a shirt before.
What, Dave face? What?
An 8-bit game Dave face on a shirt. That does exist. I wore it in an episode, I think.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's on one of the digitally distracted shirts. Bit face of me on it. There you go. Find that episode. Let the hunt begin. 1,000 Arms on PS1. Dating
I have that
sim.
one.
Very light dating sim.
I definitely want to play it more than I did originally.
Yeah,
I think
I never finished
you
it.
have it too, don't you?
Me? Are you talking to me? Yeah. Yep. I remember my friend who was a bit of a creeper back in the day in high school. He was obsessed with that game. Just anything with, you know. I mean, he also was a big fan of extreme beach volleyball, so you can imagine.
Yeah.
Great volleyball game.
Yeah.
Great volleyball game.
I think it's I have it too. I think it's
The
pretty
mechanics, I have it. Yeah, I have it too. It's the mechanics of the volleyball are actually okay.
good. Yeah, it's fun.
It's
fun to
just
play.
you have to do all the other stuff, like you know, jumping on the lily pads across the pool. Now, yeah,
Right.
it's important. It's all part of the gameplay. It's all part of the experience. Oh,
All right. So is that gonna do it?
Guess that's going to do it for us until after we're back from Japan. So I guess our next stream.
And tune in the Dave.
yes, I'll be streaming in place of them next. I launch my Sunday stream yet again after Too Many Games.
Yeah, but you won't be
Whenever I get
streaming
home.
at our time. You'll be streaming at 7 to 9.
No, it depends on when I get home.
Oh, okay. So you might actually stream
so
in place of us.
Make sure you're following me on Twitter if you don't want to miss that, and I'll put it out when I get started.
So
It'll
subscribe
probably
to him
be-
on YouTube, all that good stuff.
Yeah, probably 8 or 9 o'clock. It'll probably end up being later. I doubt I'll pull off 7 to 9 that Sunday after Too Many Games. I'll need a little bit of time to
But
read.
and you are going to start on Wednesday on Twitch this week.
Yes, this coming Wednesday I'll be doing a Twitch stream weekly.
You kind of cut out there. People wouldn't have heard it.
Twitch on Wednesdays, starting this week, and YouTube Live on Sunday,
That's right.
starting this coming.
That's right. And so I guess we will be back for the July 1st stream. I'm sure we'll spend the first 30 to 40 minutes talking about Japan instead of actually playing a game.
Yeah, post trip.
Maybe we'll play some crazy find that we ended up buying in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Never know. Like, you should definitely follow our Twitter, and maybe we'll be posting pictures from Japan best we can. They'll hopefully not give away what we're working on, but you never know. It might slip out. We might accidentally tweet
It
something.
might slip out in a picture. If
Yeah, you never know.
you didn't have to sign. Do you have to sign anything? Any hush hush papers?
No.
No, but we're going to keep it quiet. We're going to keep it quiet. I don't know. It probably won't be.
I think that once people see what it is, once we can say what it is, I think it'll make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I suspect it might not be that long until we can say what it is.
Yeah, I think once we
Right.
shoot it, then it kind of once we like move into editing, like we can probably announce it. But who knows? I don't know when it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Now, is Hironobu Sakaguchi going to be there when you guys talk?
No, I felt that he was inessential to the conversation.
How crazy would that be? Hironobu comes back for 16. He just goes like old school with it.
That would
That'd be
be
great.
That would
And
be-
no, that's not what we're doing.
no.
Sorry, throw you.
You know,
It has
honestly
nothing
though,
to
I
do with
feel like
that.
Sakaguchi would be surprisingly accessible if we ever wanted to. Like I've definitely thought about that.
Just got to go to Hawaii, right?
Yep.
That's where he's hanging
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I don't know where Nobuo is hanging out these days. But,
He's being awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, traveling around the world probably. This is gonna be my first time
off the
leaving
continent.
North America. I'm a little nervous about the
Jet lag.
well, I don't even know what it's supposed to feel like.
Well,
Yeah.
see, apparently the summers are.
Yeah.
Think like Florida. Like if you took Florida, and you put it in some guy's like sweaty butt, that's basically what you're dealing with.
I mean,
I mean, to be
it's
fair,
it's
like,
sweaty
I mean-
here too. So
you guys haven't been in my attic. In the
I mean,
summertime.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like hot and humid and miserable here, but I checked. Like Tokyo is on the same latitude as Charlotte, so
It's all about that latitude, baby.
Yeah, so it's actually funny. Like you always think Japan is kind of like not that large of a country, but like if you check like where the latitude runs, I'm using the correct one, right? It's been too long since high school.
Horizontal is latitude.
Horizontal is
and
latitude. Yeah.
Vertical is longitude. 'Cause it's long. Lateral latitude. Right?
There you go. There you go. But yeah, like the latitude of the country like lines up pretty well with the U.S. Like, I mean, you think of the U.S. East Coast. I mean, it's pretty long. So, I mean, it's not that small.
No. That's why you take trains everywhere.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting for sure. How much? Now, do you guys have a lot? Probably not a lot of time to explore. It's gonna be pretty work.
I mean, it's hard to say. Like the number of days that we have available for shooting with the main people, I don't think we're going to need all of those days. But we would like to.
We should not plan stuff.
Right.
If we don't,
right. I
yeah.
mean, if we were like, oh, hey, we're done. Let's, go like to Yodobashi camera or whatever for the evening. Like, we probably could do that. Like, but
I did just get confirmation that we have been cleared to shoot at an arcade.
oh,
Yes.
that's
Arcade called
That's good. That's good news.
Mikado. So that's good.
How's it spelled?
MIKado.
MIKKADO.
Mikado. Yeah. Mikado.
Yeah.
Mikado.
So it looks like we can.
BBA said bring the gold bond because it's a totally different kind of than what you're used to. Gold bond medicated powder. Shaq uses it. Gold bond.
Yeah. So we've been cleared to
That pup's getting big.
shoot there, thanks to somebody that that our good friend Artemio introduced us to. So I do want to go to Jimmy. I was telling Jimmy how I want to go to like a maid cafe.
You actually do want to?
Absolutely. It's like such a stereotypical Japan thing to do. I feel like I definitely want to go there for like. They have like meals there? You think?
Well, I mean that's half the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe half.
Yeah, I mean, I know little to nothing about them, but it's such a thing that
I've got like one of my big Japan food desires is I want to eat at a Moss Burger or a Lotteria, or maybe both, because like I have this like I want to know what like stereotypical American food tastes like in Japan.
Let's go to Pizza Hut.
I've heard Pizza Hut's expensive in Japan.
A lot of fast food is, I think. It's still popular though. Yeah, it'd be interesting to try some of their like country exclusive fast food items that you can
Yeah. Like, but I mean, like, I know, like, I've seen like pictures of like Lotteria or whatever, and they've got like some really weird, like, definitely very Japanesey sorts of burgers and stuff. So I wanna try that. I mean, my big thing is like I don't really like fish, and I definitely am not eating raw fish. So yeah, so I'm
definitely excited to have like actual have some sushi.
Yeah, I'm going to be limited in that regard, but I mean, like, you know, beef bowls and curry and stuff. I'll be all into that.
Beef balls.
That's my favorite.
Guys, like, I'm excited for Japan's expertise. Oh yeah, what are you gonna pick up? Beef balls. Balls, beef.
Beef
Scoop, man, just
bowls.
give me a bowl of beef balls. Give me that triple B. A triple B, sir? A bowl of beef balls. You gotta try. Come on, if Coury, make him eat sushi at least once. Come on.
Yeah, just
I mean,
You gotta say.
I've tried non-raw fish sushi. And
Oh no, you gotta have raw fish.
no, I like.
put
You
some
wouldn't try
wasabi,
one?
like lots of wasabi. Yeah, it's so good.
I mean, the last time I threw up was after eating cooked tuna.
Look, it's already planned out. Corey's gonna take you to a gaijin. Okay, there's gonna be all these cute Japanese girls, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, sushi," and then you'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I guess I will now." The plan. I expect Instagram footage to be sent on your story, Coury. Your story, Coury. Well, I guess you
I'll see.
won't have
I'll see
data.
what I can do. I haven't
Record some serious footage.
some
Behind
serious,
BTS.
very serious footage.
BT. Yes.
All right, well, is that going to do it until we return? I guess it will.
Yeah, you guys have
Yeah.
safe trip. Safe trip.
Yeah,
Thanks.
You too.
Yeah, mine's a little bit shorter.
Yeah,
Hour and a half. About an hour and a half drive.
Well, we'll want to hear about the TMG shenanigans, though.
It's gonna be. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be a very different year. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sad because I mean Wednesday we'd be normally like packing up and coming to your house on one.
Yeah, we'd be hanging out.
Get some of that
We're gonna
Grotto's
shoot-
pizza.
Yeah, the tradition. We were gonna shoot some digitally distracted episodes.
I
with you
know,
guys.
I know.
But we're gonna have to find another time to do it
Yeah,
because I definitely want to do at least one episode, maybe two.
yeah.
Maybe before Retro
Yeah.
World.
Yeah,
did
I mean,
that.
that's
Well,
what I'm hoping.
I don't know if we don't know anything about that yet. It's not-
Well, if it happens, maybe we get.
if we go to Retro World, then we'll probably do that. Yeah,
Maybe they'll make that our new tradition.
maybe. All right.
All
See
right.
everybody in 2 weeks.
Good night.
Good night.
Sandy, I can't. find the stop button. Also, stop licking my elbow. Good night.